Life. Like there. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Uh-huh.
What's up, guys? It is another episode of Rob's Horrific Hangout. This is episode 4. And we have the crew with us right now. The crew. My crew, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's wearing Eagles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We got Kenny, Mr. Car Productions.
Hey.
We got Horror Fan 34 Thomas. And then we got the OG himself, Alex 3.0.
0.0, not dot.
Point
Whatever.
Hey, that's
Don't-
street slang.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Anyway, you know what? This is a very special episode because we are going with our top 10 90s horror films. And this idea was brought on by Thomas.
Mm.
Very, very cool idea, Thomas. And when it comes to 90s horror, I know one of you is going to have Scream.
Huh?
I know one of you is going to have Scream
Are
in
you
your
sure
list.
about that?
I never
Let
even
it
heard
be
of that.
known. That movie sucks, right? Okay.
Don't you? I mean, don't you mean? No, never mind. I was gonna say scary movie that came out in 2000. So
Oh,
technically,
Yeah,
it's not.
then
90s
he
movie.
directed that I not really hated, but
Who?
it wasn't really liked movie Cursed.
Oh, talking about West
Oh.
Korean. Yeah, that came out to the mid
Turn.
2000s.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Dale's here. Hey, Dale.
Hey.
Hey,
What's
Dale.
going on? Thanks
Yeah,
for stopping
he was able to make it again because when we did our first one, horror remakes, we had I'm gonna say it again. We had a weird glitch.
in. Yeah, that was, I don't know what happened there. But
At least we haven't had to deal with that again.
yeah. So, but yeah, this will be really fun. Top 10. We're going to go from 10 to 1 and 90s horror. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, this list was really hard for me.
It was tough and it killed me. There were
Really?
There,
This
there
is
were,
the easiest list I've ever
well,
done.
you know what?
No, you're-
For me though, like there were some films that killed me to keep off my list because this list was very good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
me
agree with that. Like there was like
There
20
was
that
a
came out
lot
off
of good
my
ones
head
in the
at
90s.
least.
I was doing what you were doing, Thomas, in front of the TV. That's what I was doing. I was trying to pick out mine. I was like, yeah!
You're looking at your whole collection and you're like, yes, 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 yes,
Now, in
yes.
case you guys are in case you guys are wondering, anybody who's watching out there, Eagles just won against Buffalo. Yes, in
Yeah.
overtime. So
Buffalo.
yeah, that's what you missed on camera. But maybe you shouldn't have heard me going crazy like that because I was.
No, you should have.
No, that was
Oh,
fun.
you know what? Maybe they should have. Yeah.
That was
You know,
fun.
you should record a reenactment for your channel.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or you know what?
All right.
I mean, you should do like every time they win and you're not live or anything. You should just record yourself doing that. See,
Yeah.
if people watch. If people like
going
it.
like.
Yeah. Or just wait for the playoffs. I don't know.
If any of you watching haven't seen the other streams that we've done, definitely check them out. Like I said, we try to do this every weekend, usually
Yep.
Sunday around the same time. Just something to look forward to since we all work and have lives. But
Yeah.
We do?
oh, I'm sorry, Alex, minus Alex.
Yeah, that's why I'm not on the streams
Yeah.
that much. I
Yeah.
don't have a live. I don't have a YouTube live.
I know who Thomas is laughing about.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't. Watch.
I
40
don't like that.
We don't watch 40 movies a week, and we actually like surprises.
Oh, oh, get that.
Yo,
If we didn't
out.
like any surprises, everything would be predictable now, wouldn't it?
right, then life would be as exciting.
Like, imagine telling somebody what you're gonna get them for Christmas, like,
I can see Dale got a kick out of
Yeah.
that.
or your birthday.
Laughing faces.
You forgot my birthday.
Yeah.
Anyone have a
As,
dog
as,
named?
Electra would say.
Mhm.
Anyone have a
Underrated villain. Screw you, haters.
Anyone have a specific dog that starts with I think a C. That the name starts with a C, and it likes to hide under the covers. And what's that
Starts with a
dog's name?
C.
What's that dog's name? Damn it. Can't remember.
Starts
Anyway.
with the C. I don't know.
I think so, or a K. A C. I think it's a C.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Cornelius.
For some reason, I think of Cujo.
Cujo. There you go. That was that's
There
better.
it is. Cujo.
It was
Yeah.
Cujo.
Oh, okay. Well,
Cujo remake coming soon.
Anyways,
Hope
Let's-
not.
Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah.
let's get started with this top 10 90s. Who wants to? I say this is Thomas's idea. I think he should go first.
yeah, since this was my idea to choose this topic, I figured it'd make more sense to go first.
I just want to mention something really quick before we start. My list is full of movies that
They are horror movies.
No, people hate. I'm
What?
just gonna say that.
Wow.
I have 3 or 4 movies on here that people are absolutely going to be like, huh? Yeah.
I'll say this. I have for my 10 list, I have maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 that are pretty popular. I should say. I wouldn't say like hated or loved, like the more like top popular ones. But five of them though were kind of like picks that you wouldn't expect.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
Hey,
okay.
there's Jason, Horrific Nightmares.
Oh, hey, Jason, how's it
What's
going?
up, Jason?
Long time.
Oh yeah.
Good to hear
Good
from
to
you
see
again, man. It's been a couple years,
Yeah,
but I really
Wait,
can't wait to see your guys' list along, and I can't wait to see your reactions to my top 10 as well.
Dale said laying in bed while doing a light. Well, I'm close. My bed's right here. So
We're meeting what's her name.
okay, Thomas. So let's go from 10 to 1. Your
Yep.
top 10 90s horror.
My number 10, I'll start out with a obscure one that people might not have put on their list, but my number 10, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
Oh,
I like
I didn't expect that. Okay.
Oh, for a second, that was Tales from the Hood. That's also some.
That's what I
also
thought he
a
said.
movie,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, never mind. That's a different Tales.
Tales
Yeah.
from the Dark Side, the movie. This to me is the real Creepshow 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Oh,
the real Creepshow 3
yeah.
because this was 1990. Creepshow 2 was 87. So if they did another Creepshow 3 in like a 3-year span, this would be Creepshow 3.
Right.
And
Hey, Amber.
I know what's that.
Amber, physical media. It's Amber.
Oh, hey Amber, how are you?
Hey.
But Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, just like with Creepshow 2, has 3 stories. Honestly though, I kind of like these 3 stories better than Creepshow 2. In my opinion, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
And not only then, this one has a much bigger cast than Creepshow 2. You have people like Christian Slater, Steve Buscemi, Julianne Moore, James Remar, Raydon Chong. You have David Johansen, William Hickey, who I think William Hickey. He was the guy in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with whose hair got caught on fire. But the 3 stories in here, I easily the best one for me is the last one, Lover's Vow, with James Remar, and the gargoyle transformation scene is absolutely just amazingly beautiful.
I was just gonna say that gargoyle seems awesome,
and like just like the twist in that, I'm not going to say what it is for people who haven't seen it, but it just has like there's like a certain line.
I haven't seen it, so
it gives me like a chill.
What, Alex? You call yourself a horror fan? Get that.
I know horror.
And James, it's a really good love story between James Remar and Raydon Chong. I thought they had great chemistry together, and the first story is a lot of fun too, where you have Steve Buscemi resurrecting this mummy and getting revenge on these people that screwed him over. And the second story is probably the most fun because it deals with the cat from hell and a hitman's trying to kill this cat that keeps killing people. It's kind of a weird, bonkers idea, but it's fun though. So each story in their own right is like unique in their own way, and that's why I think I personally like it better than Creepshow 2. And I really like the epilogue too with Debbie Harry as the witch, and you have Matthew Lawrence from Mrs. Doubtfire as the little kid who's telling the stories. And overall, if you like
Matthew Lawrence, the son, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matthew Lawrence, who was the Chris in Mrs. Doubtfire, the son. He plays the little kid in the epilogue. But if you like horror anthologies, and if you want to see one of the more underrated horror anthologies, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie is one you gotta go see. And honestly, like I said, I think it's better than Creepshow 2. At least that's my personal opinion. I think Creepshow 2, but I like that one even better. So that is my number 10, Tales from the Dark Side.
Cool.
James Newmark is so underrated. He doesn't get a lot.
Yeah,
that's why I like Combat Annihilation a lot.
I was just gonna make that joke. He was so underrated as Raiden.
It's a new look. How do you like it? New look.
My powers are leaving me.
Well, that was a good one, Thomas, for your number 10.
We're off to a good start.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who wants to go next?
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Go.
All right, Penny, number 10.
I picked Lake Placid.
Lake Placid.
Nice.
Maybe not really horror, but
It is horror.
It is
horror.
horror.
It's like horror. It's horror comedy.
This one.
Yeah.
And I like Bill Pullman in it too. And this has what's her name?
Bridget Fonda.
Bridget Fonda. When near the end when she of her career, because she hasn't been doing much since.
She pretty much retired.
Pretty much.
She retired.
I think the last movie she did was Monkey Bone with Brendan Fraser. I think.
Yeah, it's more like her last movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Jet Li movie she did.
Kiss of the Dragon.
Yeah, that was the last one. I think that was the last one. Yeah.
But it was around that time.
Yeah. But
I really like this one. It's a lot of fun, and this has what's her name in
Betty White. Betty White, yeah.
Betty White, yeah. She was excellent in this. She's the one who's caring for all those. What are they?
Crocodiles.
Crocodiles.
Yeah.
She's the one who's caring for all of them. So this is a fun one, and this has Oliver Platt, who's a lot of fun. He's the comic relief in this.
Yeah,
he's funny.
Scientist. Yeah.
And you also
he's like a crocodile expert.
And you also have,
and his name is here too.
Have Brendan Gleeson from Trainspotting, I think.
Yes, yeah. And their relationship, or not relationship, but their back and forth is
that's really funny.
They don't like each other, yeah.
No.
I always like the line where Oliver Platt tells Brendan Gleeson to take a swing at him, and he does. And I forget what he says, but
I know what scene you mean.
He can take it.
I forget the scene, but I know what you mean. Yeah, so that's my 10. I've always enjoyed this one.
Very nice.
That was directed by Steve Miner.
Steve Miner, yep.
Yes, and I think most people who've seen it really enjoy this one. I haven't heard anyone who really hate this one.
I used to watch that one a lot as a kid.
Yeah,
that was another one.
I rented it a lot in VHS back in the day.
That was 11.
Crocodile movies. I used to watch two crocodile movies a lot, and that was Lake Placid and the original Alligator.
Yeah.
Yes, Alligator. Yeah.
We need another alligator crocodile movie now. Oh wait, we did with the.
There's a lot though. There's Primal.
There's I showed one last week.
The one that what's his face?
Crawl.
No.
Crawl.
Crawl. Yes, that one.
That was great.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I showed one last week. Primeval.
You're right. Yeah, you showed that.
Oh yeah, and Rogue's another one too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a good 10 for you, Kenny. How about Alex? You go next.
All right, my number 10. I have to get the box out of here. It's part of a box that I got. It is Child's Play 2.
Nice.
Nice. I thought someone would mention that.
Yes.
It killed me that I kept that off my list, but
me too.
This one barely made it because there was a lot in my honorable mentions. They're like, okay, which one? It's just about which one you prefer the best here. And okay, I'll squeeze Child's Play 2 right there.
Isn't 3 in the 90s?
It is, yeah. It came out a year after.
I like that one too a lot.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, I was killing myself.
We talked about it in our Chucky show in the movie busters.
Yeah.
Yes. Child's Play 2. Yeah, it's just the best of the sequels.
Yes.
Looking back.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Love the Andy story continuing, him meeting his foster sister Kyle, and the whole Toy Factory finale. I mean, we talked about this in the our Chucky franchise show. Um, but yeah, and like the animatronics and the kills were they upped the ante on that one.
Right.
So that was
It was
it's
much
fun.
more
It's a fun sequel to a great movie, Child's Play. Child's Play 2
Mm.
is my number 10. That's all I gotta say.
Nice, very nice.
Mhm.
All right, for my number 10, I'm gonna go with Predator 2.
That's another one
Hey,
that just
good
missed it for
one,
me.
yeah.
We have
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It just made it. It
Mhm.
just made it up there.
I had to keep that off my list too. But
When I was younger, I didn't really care for this movie, but now I have this deep appreciation for this film. I love it.
There it is.
Now, is it because Arnold wasn't in it, or was it because in the city?
No.
Like when you were a kid.
When I was a kid,
He's saying-
yeah, it was like, well, no, Arnold was a main factor, but this didn't. I don't know. It's a different kind of film when you watch
Yeah.
it, because there's like the gang part, those gang members, that whole part. Like, it's just kind of weird. It's different. It's shot different, but
Yeah.
the city was kind of like, oh, this is not like the jungle. But I think now when I watch it, I'm like, I think the city is awesome.
It's also, in a way, it's kind of like a jungle. There's like crime everywhere. It's hot.
Yeah.
They call it the concrete jungle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So maybe that's why the Predator's there in the first place.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
you
think
got
he's
you got Bill Paxton, Robert Davi, you got Danny Glover, Gary Busey, like Alan Silvestri did the music, Stephen Hopkins. I honestly, this movie is so underrated and people bash it. If I had
to this day, right? It's weird.
Yes.
well, the thing is, like, I've heard people say they prefer Predators over this,
I don't
and
agree with that.
no, I don't
I
agree with that.
enjoy it though.
I don't agree with that. Though.
yeah,
I
like
don't agree with that either.
This is another one that's kind of like that because they changed out one main character.
Oh, the Mummy 3.
Yeah.
that
Similar
I
to
mean,
it.
it's got its moments, but
Right.
I still think this one is like people. I just don't think people appreciate this film.
No.
I don't know. Maybe it's because Danny Glover's in it.
great.
Danny Glover is not Arnold, but
Danny Glover's still awesome though.
Yeah.
Like the Weapon movies and all this
He
stuff.
is
Could have
awesome.
been expendable.
right.
But yeah, what wasn't Danny Glover in the Expendables? Damn it.
I was kind of thought Danny Glover would have been a really good part of, a good addition to.
Like, if he was like a veteran, like, okay, I've done this so many times.
That was also Gary Busey, but I don't think you mentioned his.
It would have been funny if Danny Glover
Yeah,
was
it
if Expendables 3 and Mel Gibson was in that one too. That'd be cool.
That would have
Yeah,
been
but like
funny.
the kills and all that stuff are great in this
Oh
movie.
yeah, I did.
It's cool seeing the Predator use his gadgets. Like, I don't know, man. This movie's awesome. I think it's the best of the sequels, and that's all I gotta say.
Also, it also introduced it went even further with like how the Predator does not kill anybody who's like helpless. Like, he didn't kill that lady cop because she was pregnant. Like, okay, that's
Right.
Yeah.
Let her go.
Only goes
And
after
I like
those
at
that are
the end, too,
attacking him.
I like at the end too. They kind of like reward, the other Predators come down and like, they reward him for
The gun.
him facing off against the Predator, which we never saw in the first movie.
No.
We didn't see
No.
any of that. We
No.
thought maybe the Predator was like a one and done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like its own. There's like different species of predators,
Yeah.
but like it was cool to see like them come down and like you see different versions and stuff. Like,
And the gun they give to Danny Glover, you see it in the spoiler alert. You see in the movie Prey.
Yeah.
There's that connection. It's canon.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. I remember when I watched
which
it.
is
Like,
another good. I guess I shouldn't say. I really liked Prey, but I think I like Predator 2 a little bit.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
So
And if you guys look up Predator 2 dance on YouTube, there's a blooper reel where Danny Glover and all the actors who play the Predators are just dancing and having fun. That's pretty
Right.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look it up. It's on YouTube.
Mm,
All right. Well, all right. That's my number 10.
it's probably not on the DVD though.
I don't know if it is. It's on
What,
YouTube.
the dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
Probably-
YouTube. You can find it on YouTube though.
All right.
Yeah, I
kinda
don't think it's
became-
on here.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's rare footage, I think.
Yeah. All right, let's move on
All
to
right,
number
then.
9. Thomas.
My number 9 is Stir of Echoes.
That's a good
figured
one.
someone would have that.
Didn't make my list.
No,
Damn
me
it.
neither, but that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's good.
honestly, Dan, if you're watching out there, you're probably going to shoot me for this. I like this better than The Sixth Sense.
I could see that.
No, I do too. Yeah, I do too.
I don't agree with that, but Still Echoes is underrated though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it came out around the same time as Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense got all the box office.
Right.
Yeah, and all the praise and all the attention.
In ways, I think Stir of Echoes is scarier.
Yeah, it is.
you
And
know?
that didn't do as well as the Sixth
It
Sense.
didn't. No, not
Yeah.
even close.
No.
And
Because at the time, Bruce Willis was the bigger star than Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But that's why I think Kevin Bacon was so good, though. Like
They should have a crossover though.
If you've seen him in Tremors, like, come on, man, the guy can do horror.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
as it showed
Friday,
in
Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Hollow Man.
yeah,
Hollow
Friday
Man.
13. Yeah.
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 Hollow Man the year after Still Echoes.
That's true.
Yeah.
He could be a
But,
good guy and a bad guy.
Yeah.
I just thought like this was just such an like a lot of creepy visuals, like when he's dreaming and all the visions that he's seeing of these ghosts and everything like that. Especially like even this scene, like there with the light bulb right there.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he's sitting on the couch, like the part where he sits on the couch and then he sits back and she's like this. That part, oh my God,
Yeah.
always gets me.
But what's cool, I remember what's cool. I mean, you can explain this, Thomas, but like what's cool, like he starts finding out the truth of what happened to a past crime. He finds the truth that nobody knew, and that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
And you also have Catherine Erb from D2 The Mighty Ducks.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, she's in there. Yeah.
He looks so different, like
I
with all
believe
that.
she's Kevin Bacon's sister. I believe. I believe she plays his sister. I think.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
not-
Who?
No, no. I think Elena
that's-
Douglas. I think Elena Douglas.
Elena Douglas, she like hypnotizes him in the beginning of the movie, and that's
She
what
played
starts
in
everything.
Cape Fear. She played. in
Yeah,
Cape Fear.
yeah. She was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just thought like this was. I thought always this was a much scarier, creepier version of The Sixth Sense. I mean, The Sixth Sense is a well done film on its own, but I just think this is even more scarier and creepier. And I think Kevin Bacon just like knocked it out of the park. And the guy is, I think he's an underrated actor. I really do. Even though the man has done a lot of good stuff over the years, I think he's a very underrated talent. And plus, too, he's a Philadelphia guy. So,
well, I hate how they always link Kevin Bacon to Footloose. It's like he's done more stuff than Footloose.
Yeah.
Footloose is good, but
Mhm.
he's not the Footloose.
have they seen Stir of Echoes? Have they seen Hollow Man? Have they seen Tremors?
Death Sentence.
Death Sentence. Yeah.
Is that
Death Sentence.
The man can do everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stir of Echoes. I mean, this almost didn't make my list. But it just made it. But
Good.
I just looked up, like I saw that Sixth Sense came out like literally a month before Still Echoes. That's what happened.
Well, Sixth Sense, I think, is shot better. Like it's shot, the visuals and all that
it
stuff.
was a bigger budget movie.
Yeah.
Right.
It just blew people away. Like, and whenever a similar movie comes out right after, it's like that movie's screwed. That's what happened. But more people have discovered Still
M. Night
Echoes.
Shyamalan was kind of more of a bigger director than David Coep.
Yeah, and like I said, Bruce Willis was the bigger star at the time.
Yeah, because Bruce Willis around that time was doing like
Yeah,
The
doing
Kid.
something.
He did Disney's The Kid, which I think was a hit, and he did like The Fifth Element, which was a hit.
He was coming off The Jackal.
The Jackal.
Remember the movie?
Yeah, The Jackal, where he kills Jack Black.
Was that the first movie he did? Right there is the reason why you should watch the movie. And Jack Black got killed by Bruce Willis, and then the year after he got killed by Ben Willis.
That remote control gun.
He get killed by the Willis.
Kenny?
Sorry.
That remote control gun. Yeah.
The Jackal.
With
It's
this
been so
remote
long.
thing.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen the Jackal. I was weirded out that Bruce Willis was
And that has Richard Gere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Good movie.
But Stir of Echoes is my number 9.
All right, cool.
Mhm.
That's awesome. All right, Kenny, you're number 9.
9, Deep Blue Sea.
That's
Nice.
another one that just missed
There we
my
go.
list. Underrated.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is one I've always enjoyed. I used to
Yeah.
watch the VHS of it a lot.
Yeah.
I had the soundtrack. LL Cool J. I always used to listen to it.
Right.
My hands was like a hard
Shark
shark fin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it had like a shark's fin.
Yeah.
What would be good if that music video was on this? I don't.
It was just him in the water, and then water was everywhere. Whatever. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably the first time I saw, what's her name?
Saffron Burrows.
No, Saffron Burrows. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
think
main,
that was
the main
first-
actress.
I think this is the first time I ever saw her.
Yeah.
And
Hey, you know what people remember about that movie though? It's so funny. Samuel Jackson's death. It's like
yes,
that's all they
yeah,
talk about when it comes to that. So
yeah, and then the visual effect of that is horrible.
yeah, well,
Yeah, the CGI doesn't hold up very
no,
well.
it doesn't, no.
That's the only thing I say that doesn't hold up.
I love the scene in the kitchen with LL Cool J and that shark going after him.
And
That-
the bird.
That's pretty
He ate his
tense.
bird.
After the bird. But when he's in the ovens, goes from
Yeah.
one to the other, that scene is pretty tense. And then
Yeah.
it blows it up.
I tell you, Dan and I saw the movie in the theater and it was packed. We couldn't find a seat. We had to sit down where the handicap is
Wow.
because there was no seats.
You stole the handicap seat. How
This
dare
is,
you?
yeah,
Because
that's
he's
another
Patterson.
thing.
I had
That's
to sit on
another.
the floor, I guess.
That's another thing that
Let's go
kind
to
of
the next showing.
No, we want to go first one.
That's something that bugs me about theaters now. They used to get filled like that when they were a lot cheaper. Now hardly anyone can afford it.
Yeah. Plus, they don't use all the seats. It seems like now.
Well, they do that reservation thing.
Yeah.
Most of them, which
Yeah.
I wish they would be back to being random.
It seems like there's only like one movie I see in theaters that's actually full once a year. Like it's not everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Really,
Sadness.
really nice.
damn streaming.
Right. And
Yeah.
this has
People say-
young Thomas Jane.
Oh, yeah.
Physical
Yeah,
media
his name
people.
is at the top here. This
This is good.
was the first time I ever saw him also.
Yeah, same here.
And then I think year before there was Halloween H2O, and that was LL Cool J was in that.
Yeah. He was in a row.
I love the scene in the back here where Thomas's character has that shark that turns.
Thomas' character. Thomas, I didn't know you were in this movie. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know you mean Thomas Jane. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if that's actually in the film, but I love
It is.
I've always loved this image.
Yeah, it's around the ending, I think.
Yeah. And then when he's shooting that harpoon gunner torpedo,
Yeah.
this is great.
Mhm.
And pretty young Samuel L. Jackson too.
Well, I won't say young, but he wasn't old yet.
No, and then this is one of the rare times when he wears glasses. He doesn't do it a lot. But yeah, I've always enjoyed this one. So Deep Blue Sea 9.
Directed by Thomas's boy Rennie Harlan.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a good director.
Yes.
Well, Deep Blue Sea was awesome, so there's that.
Yeah.
Give him that.
Cutthroat Island aside.
Yeah.
We got
Hey,
Anthony in the chat.
Looks Thomas
Oh,
looks
our-
bored.
Yeah, Anthony, my Thanksgiving was good but short,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, we had good Thanksgiving.
I ate
Yeah.
a lot though. That's good.
Hopefully, you did too.
And
Right.
what's her name is Physical Media?
Amber.
Amber.
Yeah, she said that Deep Blue Sea is a good one.
I agree with that.
All right. That's your number 9. All right, Alex, your number 9.
My 8 is a good one.
Okay, my number 9 I don't have on Blu-ray. Unfortunately, I should have gotten it already, but
Yeah, you're just into streaming.
I know, right? Yeah. Right. I think it is available on streaming. Anyway,
No!
yeah, I know. No, I'll get the Blu-ray. It is Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Nice.
There you
Good.
go.
A movie that's ahead of its time with the meta and commentary on real life film.
Came out the year I was born as well.
1994. Yes.
Oh,
That's-
that's right.
And I gotta say,
That's kind of scary too, huh?
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it's and this is another movie we talked about in our movie Buster stream.
Oh yeah, the Elm Street show.
Yes.
The Elm Street show.
We're
Yeah.
gonna keep referencing that, I guess.
Oh, if it's a movie we talked about in the past show, yeah, I'm gonna keep
We
referencing.
talked about.
Okay.
We've done a lot.
See, I'm trying to hype up the return of the movie Busters. That's what I'm doing.
We've talked a lot. About,
Oh,
I'm not trying to take anything away from the movie busters here. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But like, yeah, what's curious? I mean, we talked about it, so I'll just like briefly just mention like, yes, this was I think this was the definitive ending to the series, in my opinion.
right.
No disrespect to Freddy vs. Jason. That movie is fun for what it is.
That's a
But I think New Nightmare to me was Wes Craven and Heather Langenkamp and Robert Englund all coming back together and doing the proper finale
yes.
to the series, in my opinion. And other than a few dodgy effects, and I personally didn't really like Miko Hughes as Dylan. I thought he was a little annoying. Other than those things, I think the movie still holds up. With the
He was still a
theme.
child.
I know, but like, just sometimes, just some of the things he does in his performance just kind of annoyed me. It's not anything personal against him. It's just like, I don't know. It just bothered me, you know.
I think
Have you guys seen? There's a fan film that's a sequel to this movie. It's called Dylan's New Nightmare. I actually thought he was a good actor in that one.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that yet.
It's pretty good. But keep in mind, it's a sequel to this movie, so it's not a sequel to the
right.
original or part 3 or whatever. It's directly connected to this one.
Was Freddy in it?
Yeah, he's in it. It's just not Robert Englund, though. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the actor who did play Freddy, he was really good, though. A lot better than Jackie Earle. Yes, I'll tell you that much.
Well, you can get those.
I
masks.
don't think he was
You can-
terrible.
You can get those masks now that as Robert Englund's head,
Mhm,
like the mask is actually a mold of him.
mhm.
So like when you put it on, you know,
It's like you have to act like the Robert
you
Englund
get to
version.
act like him. Yeah.
Would it be like the creepy version or the funny version?
Mm.
That really bugs me when people say how that Jackie Earle Haley was terrible.
It's just like
I
it
hate that.
no,
He
when
was-
it comes to
he wasn't
what
bad.
it means, like it wasn't 100% his fault. I think though just the script
No.
of that his lines and dialogue were bad.
It's just
Okay,
what,
he was
it's
just
what he was
bad.
given to say. It's what he was given to say. It's
Yeah.
not his performance was his own. I mean, he
But,
made it. His,
but even then,
Yeah.
it's like his performance. There's some things he does in his performance that are like, what the heck? Like, he's a good
Right.
actor though. Like, I've
It
liked him
wasn't
in everything
him
else.
yet.
I've liked
He
him in
didn't.
everything else he's done that I've seen.
yeah,
But
yeah, he's
as,
yeah.
as Freddy though, it's like it just didn't work.
Right.
Well-
it was the writing mainly.
Yeah, and the directing.
Okay.
The way he was told.
I've understood that.
My main thing about the remake, the Nightmare remake, was the stupid jump scares. I hated that fake crap. Like it was so up in your face. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, come
Yeah.
on, man. Like if you're gonna be a dark Freddy, you don't have to do that. Just
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
like in Freddy's Dead.
well, yeah, but he was all goofy in that movie.
Yeah,
But
that's what I mean. Like this one, the New Nightmare was the proper finale. So,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, that's definitely.
That's so
I really wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Good one though.
rest in peace, Wes Craven. And that's not
Yeah.
Right.
spoiler alert. This is not the last time I'm gonna see that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That was number 9. Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Oh,
Go
the
check
Math
out-
Last
and go
was
check out-
seen.
And go check out Dylan's New Nightmare on YouTube. It's for free.
Okay.
Yeah, I still gotta check that out. All right.
And it's pronounced what?
Dylan's New Nightmare.
Dylan,
Dylan's New
Dylan's
Nightmare.
New Nightmare.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mikio Hughes reprises his role as Dylan in that movie, all grown up.
Oh,
Yeah, it's him again.
and he's better than that.
Yeah. Well, he's an adult now, so I think he's got more experience.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. My number 9 is The Dentist.
Nice.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I love the
Corbin
doctor.
Burnson, man. I think one of the reasons why I'm afraid of this movie is because I don't like dentists. I actually hate dentists.
Yeah,
Um,
hurts.
I've
Yeah.
never had a cavity in my life.
Me
I
neither.
have a bunch.
Never. But when they come, they go in and they pick and they start trying to clean my teeth. I'm like, knock it the hell off!
I went
Like,
through that a lot.
Like you and that
I
no
went
one.
through that a lot this year. Fuck.
Like, damn! Like you have to like pick at my teeth. Stop it! But No, what he does to these people. Oh my god!
It's a revenge film.
There's sometimes I can't even watch. I can't even watch what he does to that woman. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And like wires the woman's mouth shut. And...
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what is it about teeth that is just so?
Sensitive,
And not only that, but
because
like,
we need it to chew our
they
food,
don't-
man.
I know,
they don't hold back
they-
either. There's up close shots and
Yeah, but your teeth have roots, and like, you know what I mean? Oh god. It's-
Teeth and eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little fun fact: in a very small part, you see a very young, Incredible Hulk himself, Mark Ruffalo,
Yes.
He's in this movie.
Yeah.
A little part.
in a tiny part as one of the patients.
Someone should ask him about that. Like, how was working to the dentist movie? What? I don't remember that.
He probably wouldn't care. He'd probably be like, whatever.
And Ken Foree plays the cop.
Yes. But I love the story here, and Corbin Burson's great. I even like the dentist too.
I think Dennis 2 is a fun sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is
a
it the
fun
same
sequel.
actor in the dentist too? I never seen
Yeah.
that one. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Corbin
Yeah.
Burnson. Yep.
Mm.
Yes. Anybody who hasn't seen this movie, definitely check it out. You will
But
not
if you
be
don't like Dennis, then I would not recommend it.
If you don't
Right.
like,
Well, look, I don't, but I think that just helps. I mean, oh man, it's terrifying to me. But
Right.
It killed me to keep that off my list too.
Vestron released the 2-pack where you can on Blu-ray where you can get Dennis and Dennis 2. So definitely pick that up on Blu-ray.
And it's super cheap too. I saw it on Black Friday at Best Buy for like $11.
Oh, I got mine at Walmart for 12.
only
Well, they finally did Black Friday.
it's
this
weird.
time.
It's weird because I only remember that actor Corbin in the Major League movies. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, Roger Dorn goes crazy and takes people's teeth out.
I know.
Yeah.
Imagine him doing it with a baseball bat.
Oh
That'd
man, yeah. He does to all the baseball players like that. Ah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Fuck you,
Corbin
Tom
Burn-
Berenger. Fuck you, Charlie Sheen.
I remembered Corbin Burnson from the legal show L.A. Law. Also,
Oh, he was in that. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. He was in that. Yeah.
Was that before or after this? I think it was after, right?
no, that was in the '80s. The L.A. Law.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
That was
Okay.
before this. Yeah.
yeah.
okay,
So before
yeah.
they did this.
Before this.
Okay. Yeah, so this is my number 9 pick.
And the
Mhm.
dentist, first time I ever saw a clip of
Yes.
that was in that Boogeyman thing.
Yes, and that's how I got familiar with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Boogeyman DVD. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Go
So,
check that out. Yeah. Shout out to the Boogeyman.
yep.
I get right.
All right, Thomas, number 8.
My number 8 can be summed up in one line: "See you around, buddy boy." The First Power.
The first
Oh,
one.
I heard of that.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
I don't know if I've who's in that?
Basically, this
That looks like the Joker.
so Lou Diamond Phillips,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's
I might have seen that on TV.
and
I don't know.
basically this to me is a better version of Fallen with Denzel Washington.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, Fallen.
If you've seen Fallen with Denzel, this is basically the precursor to that.
Fallen. Which one's Fallen with Denzel?
That's what
the one
John.
where they-
Fallen has John Goodman and Denzel Washington.
Okay.
It's the one
John
where they
Goodman has
work
the
and
villain.
inmate gets executed, and then he comes back like at a supernatural.
Why are you
force.
disrespecting Denzel Washington like that, huh?
I just think this film did it.
King Kong ain't got shit on him. No, just kidding.
I like Jeff Kober as the Pentagram Killer, who's the guy that gets executed and he comes back as a supernatural force.
Oh, like the Shocker.
Yeah, he does look like Joker on
Almost
that
the
cover.
Crow.
Yeah, it kind of looked more like the Crow. You're right about that.
It's more like it's kind of like a darker version of Shocker in a way. Like
Lou Diamond Phillips looks like the Crow.
Oh,
Could've
dude,
played-
yeah.
He could have played the Crow, you know. If he wanted to.
But this has a lot of great chase scenes, like especially like the part where Jeff Kober takes like the ceiling fan and he pulls it down, and then it's like it's coming at Blue Diamond Phillips and the girl like it's a blade going. Great looking scene where they're getting chased by that. You have a great scene where Blue Diamond Phillips is chasing the killer, and the killer jumps off the building. Like the one thing though that's kind of a shame though on the Blu-ray, when you can clearly see the wire. that's being used on the building. And when he's jumping down, you can clearly see the wire, but on the old DVD you couldn't see it. So it kind of it's kind of
common though. That's
kind of funny.
common.
The old movies, yeah, like when you see older movies of Blu-ray, you're gonna see the kind of
It's kind of funny seeing the wire, but it's and like I said, it's a much better version, in my opinion, of Fallen with Denzel. I just think this had a much more creepy vibe, had a much more solid, more moody atmosphere. I think Lou Diamond Phillips does a great job as what's his name, as a homicide detective in Los Angeles.
I was gonna say Eric Draven.
Detective Russell Logan plays the character that he plays.
Detective Russell Logan.
And Jeff Kober is just haunted. Like, it was kind of like with Elias Koteas in Fallen, where he kind of had a one-liner, just kind of like how Jeff Kober had a one-liner. You know, see you around, buddy boy. That's like his catchphrase that he always says to Lou Diamond Phillips. And I don't remember what Elias Koteas says in Fallen, but it was very kind of a similar vibe to this. But overall, this is just a very underrated horror gem, and one of the two films that you'll see Lou Diamond Phillips in on this list. Hint on that one.
Cool.
Now that you've mentioned that, I'm going to definitely check that out.
Yeah, but The First Power is my number 8, and that's not the first. And I'll say this again: that's not the last time you'll see
a Lou Diamond Phillips horror movie of the '90s. I wonder what it is.
But we'll say that when I get to it. But that was my number 8, First Power.
All right, nice,
cool. I need to check that movie out now.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And unfortunately, though, the Blu-ray is out of print. Unfortunately,
I can find it on YouTube or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I can find it on Peacock, right, or Tubi.
Yeah, you find it on the cock.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny, number 8.
Dark Angel.
Oh, I come in peace. Yeah.
Also, I Come in Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, this is
tell the white boys to kiss my ass.
this is
I love that line by Al
This
Leong.
is that weird DVD that is from MGM and is Burn on Demand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't even recognize that cover.
Yeah. Like I got this one not too long ago. I really enjoy this. He's creepy and scary. And actually,
Brian Ben.
I think I've known that he was actually taller than Dolph Lundgren.
Mm-hmm.
And but he's
taller than Dolph Lundgren. Wow, that's how's that impossible?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great one.
Guy's a beast.
Yeah, this has Brian Ben.
Al Leong has a little tiny part.
Who?
Al Leong.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yes.
He's the one that goes, you told the white boys to kiss my ass.
Oh right, yeah. I love the opening, the beginning scenes. It's kind of a twofer where he's fighting these guys in the I think some small convenience store, and then his partner is in that. I guess it's a hotel, casino or something, and then that was where he gets shot and killed. That his partner does, and so yeah, I really do like this one. So that's my 8.
It's a good blend of horror, sci-fi, and action all in one.
Yeah, and then
yeah, exactly.
This is one of the few times when Dolph showed his martial arts skills, because he doesn't always do that.
One of the few times he got to be the star of film other than like Red Scorpion.
There's a good
and The Punisher.
There's a good underrated Dolph Lundgren horror film called Battle of the Damned.
Battle of the Damned's good.
Yeah.
I like Battle of the Damned. That's where he
fights zombies. He fights zombies while he's stuck to a pole, and he's got to keep the zombies off of him.
Well, honestly, you want to see a better zombie film that's not what was that? What was the Batista one that was that?
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, I think Battle of the Damned is far better than Army.
Oh hell yeah, yes, and it had a lower budget.
Yeah,
yeah.
I wonder why. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. All right, that's really cool.
I liked Army of the Damned. but okay, or
Are
Army
the
of the
Dead?
Dead, whatever.
no.
But
That's all right.
Available on Netflix.
Yeah,
I guess that wasn't a good one.
I didn't like
I
it,
didn't really care for
and
it.
I was
but-
looking forward to it, despite
I
my
like
Hey,
it too.
despite my
Which one?
reputation of being a Snyder hater. I was looking forward to the movie, and I still.
Alex just hates everything. So.
Yeah, that's the funny
Right.
thing is that I thought his Justice League movie was better than Army of the Dead, and I was looking forward to Army of the Dead more.
This would be
Yeah.
funny. Alex sometimes reminds me of Matt. Bramble
No,
Rock.
don't say that.
Oh man.
I don't drink Mellow Yellow.
Shots fired.
Like, first of all, I don't drink Mellow Yellow, and I'm not balding either. So
Oh, that's true.
right.
I don't throw things around.
Yeah, we know.
You don't hit yourself in the head with a water bottle.
I don't.
Right. And
Yet.
Hey, I used to knock down trees. So
Yeah,
Anyway,
but now all
yeah,
the trees are knocked down, and there's no trees left to knock
But
down.
you weren't harming yourself; that you were harming trees.
yeah,
But
I
no,
was
there's
doing.
no more.
I was doing a service. Okay.
There's no trees left to not be knocked down now.
yeah, Rob knocked them all down.
Yeah, they're all gone.
I remember someone in the comments one time said, "Imagine someone sitting on the front porch and look over at the forest, and all of a sudden you see trees start going."
Yeah.
I'm surprised you never got in trouble for that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
it's.
guess they don't care. I guess your town does not care about the
Hey,
trees.
listen, I was doing the city a service. Those were rotten trees, and I was knocking them down. So there.
Right.
Anyway,
There wasn't anyone around. So.
no. If there was, it'd be like, "Hey, thanks."
Yeah.
All right.
You're lucky no tree huggers were around.
Tree huggers.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn tree huggers.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
All right, Alex, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is, it's funny that I mentioned the Boogeyman documentary or whatever you want to call it, collection. This is
Yeah.
another movie I first discovered with that, and that is Candyman.
Nice.
Yes,
I-
I figured that'd be
I-
on somebody's list.
I discovered this in the Boogeyman collection movie, and ever since I saw that clip in the parking lot, I was so intrigued. I wanted to see it, and I finally did see it, and it kind of blew me away.
Yeah.
It was a different kind of horror film.
And it's still
that I was
holds
used to
up
see.
this day
Yeah.
very well.
And of course, Tony Todd, legendary. That voice, man, is so scary.
Right.
Be my victim.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's like,
What do you think of that one and the recent Candyman?
I like the recent one.
Me too. Me
Me
too.
too.
But the thing is, like, when I first saw, like, the first time I saw the recent one, I liked it just okay, and I kind of warmed up more to it. This one, it's just like to me, this was still the
Did
best one.
Did you like it, Kenny?
Yeah, that really, especially the end of it with
Yeah.
all the bees flying around him, and then
Yes.
you finally see his face.
Yeah.
One thing though I appreciate about the new one is, like, I didn't have to look at nasty real bees like this one. They had close up a lot of real bees, and that freaked
Yeah,
me the fuck out.
Yeah,
you know?
he literally had
He
bees.
actually put some in his mouth. That's what they said.
Yeah.
One of the first shots of the movie is a bunch of freaking bees.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and of course, also Virginia Madsen did a great job. You just feel bad for her the whole time. And like the whole setting in Chicago
And and the project.
and the projects, like that's itself is a scary setting,
Mhm.
even
Yeah.
without the Candyman storyline.
And I know, like, Virginia Madsen had to gain a lot of weight for the role, so she was eating a lot of pizza.
Yeah, and Chicago has some good pizza though. So
And on
Yeah,
top
they
of
do.
not only that, but there was also stories about how she was actually allergic to bees,
yeah.
and they had to use like some sort of like thing to keep her from getting stung.
No, the thing is, like, they actually breaded the bees for this movie, and they made
Right.
sure she didn't get an allergic reaction. So it was pretty
Right.
risky though. Still,
Right.
like,
Exactly. And
yeah,
like
there's that shot where she has bees in her arms and in her face.
Yeah.
And then, of
I'll
course-
take that over having bees in my mouth.
And then Tony Todd had it in his mouth.
Yeah, good thing he wasn't.
That was done with real bees. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They wouldn't do that now. I mean, like,
No, they would not
No.
do
well,
that.
I mean, that was 1992. They couldn't afford CGI bees.
No.
That's
Right, exactly.
because that was in 90.
'92.
It'll be like they did in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, have the ants go in the mouth. It'd be like
And that the bathroom scene. Whew,
Oh yeah, that's a
public-
nasty
that
ass
public-
bathroom, dude.
that
Yeah,
public restroom scene, man. Whew.
I know.
Yeah, and
Also
then that was
scary, too.
redone in the recent one too, right?
Yeah, it was kind. Yeah,
Well,
but it was
Slight.
like a school bathroom though.
what makes him kind of scary too, like when you say his name and like like when you,
Oh,
you know,
times.
like look in the mirror. it kind of like it reminds me of like Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like that Bloody Mary thing.
And this is a question: have you guys ever done that? Said Candyman 5 times in the mirror.
I have.
I have too.
I think
Nothing
I have,
happened.
but nothing ever happened.
I've done
It
the
was-
Bloody Mary thing, and I've done the Candyman thing.
Thomas, have you ever done that?
What's that?
Say Bloody Mary 5 times in the mirror or Candyman?
Man, years and years ago.
Dude,
Okay.
maybe that's where my Michael Myers mask went. They disappeared, Alex.
Candyman took him.
That's what happened.
Candyman took him.
Nothing
God,
happened.
I'm so stupid. Why'd I do that?
Uh-huh.
Nothing happened though, which was kind of disappointing from what I remember.
Nothing
But
happened.
you
Oh, you
don't
want to
have-
get hooked in the freaking chest?
yeah,
You know?
Wait,
Well,
what?
you know-
You don't have some masks anymore, Rob?
No, I can't. I couldn't find my Michael Myers mask for the Halloween trick or treat, and I told Alex. I said, I don't know where the hell they are.
That's
And
weird, man.
Oh, so we still haven't seen that one.
no, I haven't uploaded that yet.
No.
I will.
Yeah.
But
the masks are still, the search continues, right?
yeah.
Is
right.
it Bloody Mary? You say 3 or 5 times?
It's
'Cause
5 times
I think it's 5. Yeah.
in the mirror
so it's the same thing.
with the lights off. Yes.
But you have to like light. But
it's
there's
part of
some-
a.
You gotta light a candle, and like you have to have the lights.
Hell no,
off.
I'm not on a damn candle.
Heck yeah.
Just
do
get
it
a
right.
lighter, dude. Whatever.
You
It's
gotta
the
do
same
it
thing.
right. Yeah.
Maybe that's why it didn't work. I didn't have a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, Candyman, just like one of the creepiest like horror films of the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah, then that started him being in horror, because then he.
Oh yeah, he's been in a lot of horror.
He's one of his most known now is Final Destination.
Death has a plan.
Yes.
There's
I hope they see. I hope we see him again in the future.
There's supposed to be a 6th, and he is
I mean,
said
they can bring him back. He didn't die in those movies, so
No, man.
we'll see what's up with him.
What in Candyman? He's pretty much supernatural.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, like him coming back to another.
But it's not
franchise.
supernatural in Final Destination.
Like, what is up with this character? Like, why does he know so much about death? Like, you know,
yeah, in Final Destination, yeah, but
I would like to know more about this character though.
I know it kind of
Like,
pissed me off.
you
There's
know,
kind of
like-
shadow over his character. Like,
He keeps popping up. Like, why does he know? How does he know these things? Like, did he
what
make?
gun to his head and be like, "What do you know? Like,
Yeah,
how do you know all this?"
Did he make a deal with death or something? Are they
Yeah,
friends?
totally.
Is he death himself? You know, there's clues to that, but like, yeah, that's a Final Destination show coming in the future somewhere.
Yeah, because then
Oh, God.
because Rob said Fast and Furious last week, and I was like, oh no, no.
Yeah.
Or there's less movies than Final Destination, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Fast and Furious is a little tricky.
Final
Yeah, the stupid
Destination, that would be-
spin-off. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's the number 8, Candyman.
All right. Number 8 for me is You Cock-a-Doodie.
Misery. I knew someone was gonna mention that.
Friggin' Misery would be in there. I'm surprised it wasn't in your Thrillers one though, too.
It's considered horror, but
That wasn't a Thriller.
It's considered kind of both, but like it's a
Yeah,
Stephen
I
King
guess
adaptation, so it's horror.
it could be both, I guess, but it is considered horror. I can watch this movie over and over. I love it.
I mean, put yourself in the James Caan situation. That's a freaking horror story.
Oh, James Caan. I
Yeah,
missed
rest in
it.
peace.
getting your ankles broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Listen,
crazy lady.
Annie Wilkes is a beast. Let me just tell you this: she hiked from her house to Paul Sheldon, the wreck, and she broke him out of the car, put him up on her shoulder, hid his book inside her coat, and carried his ass all the way to her farmhouse. Talk
And
about
how far do you think that is?
I don't know, but when
Well, she
the
saw
sheriff-
what happened to him. That's the thing. She
No,
was
but
watching.
when the sheriff goes out to find the car and he can't find it, but he goes back up and it shows the car there. He's like, he was pretty far out, but then he talks about in the helicopter. He's like, "Oh, the Wilkes farm is way out there. There's nothing else out here." So he's making it seem like it's so far out.
Couple of miles.
So I'm
maybe.
thinking, like in my mind, I'm like, okay, so she went from here to here. How far did she travel? That's just amazing to me that she
And
was
his
able.
his book wasn't put together yet, so it's probably all pieces of
No, but
paper.
But what I'm saying is she was multitasking with the deep snow, with it being a blizzard, with having him on her back. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
just like, that's crazy. Like no one ever talks about that. I just thought
I
that.
never even thought, I never thought. Yeah, I never thought about that when you mentioned that.
But you know, honestly, like I think Kathy Bates, like even James Caan was great, but this is, I don't know if she's ever really done a performance better than this. Like I think
Right.
this is like her greatest.
Not even Dolores Claiborne, I guess.
Dolores Claiborne was good, but she, I don't know.
She was out of her
An
mind.
Oscar for that, I
She-
think.
She goes from like 0 to 100 like
In a
that.
second, yeah, that's scary.
Then-
You
and
don't
then
know
she'll
when.
go back. Then she'll go back to 0. Like
Yeah,
it's
See
crazy.
what you made me do?
Yeah.
Being nice.
And it's just like, I'm sorry, Paul. I'm so sorry. I'm like, what the fuck?
being nice, screaming, and then
Like
back.
the part that always gets me is when she's not being mean, but she's calm, but she's sitting there pouring lighter fluid all over his bed, and she's like, "Please help, let me help you." But she's not all screaming. She's just being all nice, but she's doing that, and I'm like, thinking,
Yeah,
"Wow, this woman's nuts."
it's like that would be like 50%.
Like you said, Rob, in the past, like no wonder her husband left her.
Yeah, I couldn't stand her, man.
I think he said that too.
But what I think is interesting too, the
if she told
backstory-
if what she said that her backstory is true, if she's telling the truth about that.
but like the backstory when he finds out in that book that she's actually killed babies, like she's actually killed babies. It says in that scrapbook that all these babies end up dying, and she was sentenced to, or no, she was called to the witness stand, but they never, I guess they never had enough evidence.
That's in the Stephen King book?
I'm not sure. I've only read some of the book. I don't know, but I'm talking about in the movie they show the clippings of you know what she did at the hospital.
Wow.
But yeah, dude, like this movie is intense, and I just love it. So I think in the book it was originally an axe that she, or no, I'm sorry. I don't think the book. I think it was the ending, or not the ending, but the sequence where they're going to break his ankles. Originally, they were going to have an axe, and she was going to chop, I think his foot off. But they thought it was going to be too. They thought that was too graphic.
Yeah.
So they changed it to just the sledgehammer.
I mean, that's graphic too, man. Damn.
Yeah. Everyone knows that scene. You know, that's like probably the most iconic. But yeah, this movie, I'll never get tired of it. And Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
When
he was at the top of his game.
You sick, twisted fuck.
Oh my
God! I think he directed A Few Good Men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my pick. I love it. The Scream Factory version actually has a lot of cool features, like the interview. The interview with Rob Reiner is new. That's a really good interview.
Anything on there with Kathy Bates or?
Yeah, there. It's not new, but there is the Kathy Bates and James Caan. There is like an interview with them. There is a new commentary though with Rob Reiner.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's my number 8. Moving on, I guess to number 7, Thomas.
Right.
Number 7. This was actually the one that knocked The Dentist off my top 10 list, because I originally had The Dentist at number 7, but this knocked The Dentist off my list.
Okay.
Number 7 is Arachnophobia.
Yes.
That's another good one. That just
God, I freaking hate spiders.
Yeah.
Arachnophobia.
If you're not arachnophobic at all, the movie's gonna make you arachnophobic.
When the spider goes into the popcorn and the dude's what
the
hell, dude?
And then they find him, and then it comes out of his nose.
And these are
like,
these are actual spiders as well.
Yes.
He swallowed the spider, and the spider bit him from inside and got out of his nose. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Jeff Daniels had a major.
Always look at what you're eating. Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Jeff Daniels has a major fear of those, huh? Right.
Yeah.
And what's cool about the Blu-ray is that it actually has the spider.
Yes.
Because the old DVD only had it like where it was just the moon.
Right. This.
Like that.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has.
yeah,
it.
look at
There you
that,
go.
look at that.
Yeah.
But this one actually has the spider on it.
Oh, that's cool. I
Yeah,
didn't
because
even realize that.
many people might not know what arachnophobia even means. So you guys have the spider and
Well,
Yeah,
I'll tell you
arachnid.
what.
Because
Jeff
like
Daniels.
the old DVD, it made it look like people were afraid of the moon.
I know.
Jeff Daniels was great. He's awesome
He's
in the
great in
movie.
Oh yeah, he's great in
And
it.
you figure
John
this was before Speed and Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah,
For Jeff
Yes.
Yeah, John Goodman. Oh my God, he's
As
so
the exterminator.
as the exterminator. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's time to rock and roll.
Yeah, I used to watch
Right, yeah.
Roseanne. I used to watch Roseanne a lot. And when I saw him in Arachnophobia, I'm like, this is.
You know what's really crazy
great.
about this? You know who's one of the producers of this?
Frank Marshall?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Again. Okay, right.
Kathleen Kennedy.
And
Put that another in the classic list.
you know what I got to say about that?
Okay, but it's
That's
good.
not-
movie, though.
You farted.
It sounded wet. Man.
But it's but
Yeah,
but
because
how- but
she
how-
produced
this is a good movie though.
Holy fuck!
she produced Cape
Oh my
Fear.
God, I can probably smell that from here. Woo!
Woo!
Ugh.
So this is directed by Frank Marshall. This is before he did Congo.
Thomas hates female producers. Confirmed.
This
At
is
least back then,
Well,
that
you
was
could say
Frank
this
Marshall.
Kathleen Kennedy did something right here, I guess.
He did.
right. Yeah.
She's produced
And
more
again,
good movies than bad
E.T..
movies. Just saying.
Yeah.
E.T. Yeah, and I just saw that this past weekend.
I just like the whole idea of, and this is like, it's just like with Candyman, like they were able to use real spiders, like just like how they use real bees. Like there's no CGI back then.
That damn tarantula, dude.
Dude,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
that's right.
At the end.
the tarantulas.
The queen.
I'm not scared of the tarantulas. I'm scared of the little tiny
Oh,
ones.
dude, the tarantula because he has freaking hair.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but here's the thing: the little tiny spiders are just as poisonous. That's what scares me.
I
Is the
know.
fact that those little tiny things, if they bite you, you're dead.
What? And those ones
Right,
jump,
yeah.
right? I remember they jump a little bit.
Oh yeah, they jump and
That's scary.
God, I don't. Fuck.
Jumping
I want to eat them
spiders.
spiders.
it gives you the heebie-jeebies.
You see, like one going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like jumping on Thomas's head.
Like I don't mind snakes, but dude, spider, I freaking hate.
If it's just one, whatever, but you see like a bunch, like just coming down.
Yeah.
Oh
at
yeah,
the
that
front
third
door.
act, dude. When Jeff
At the
Daniels
house,
goes to
yeah.
the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
Yeah,
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it's all so well done, but
Mhm.
arachnophobia, it easily had to have been. I mean, it killed me to take the dentist off the list, but I think I like this one just a little bit better.
wasn't the wife in that? Wasn't she in Honey I Shrunk the Kids?
Oh
Was it
yeah,
her?
what was her name?
Wasn't that the wife?
I believe it was.
Was it
I thought it was the same.
the original wife from Honey I Shrunk the Kids? Oh,
Yeah, I know.
You know what's sad about this? You know who else is in this? Who passed away this year? Julian Sands.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
It's so
Yeah.
weird.
He's in it. Yeah. And
Oh, I think it's
He was young.
very young.
Yeah, he plays the expert, the spider expert in the movie.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I remember hearing the story about like how he was lost for like months and then they finally found him dead. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
But
Julian
Arachnophobia is easily my number 7.
That-
Another
that's a-
great insect movie. Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Julian was still young when he died.
Yeah.
And I liked, I guess he's one of the scientists or whatever. He wears the glasses. He had a lot of screen time. I forget his name.
The other guy, the one that helps Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He was funny.
Yeah,
That's a great. That's a
He
great
was a
pick.
funny one. Huh?
he doesn't die. He just like falls off the ladder and then like you never see him again.
Right.
So I was like,
Yeah,
he
thanks,
has,
thanks, Ty.
Yeah, a lot of time, screen time in that house.
Like in the third act, I remember. Yeah, he's just like,
Mm.
why are you there?
Kenny, what's your number 7?
I know we had Stir of Echoes.
Oh, you're. Oh, take that. Six Sense is higher on the list, motherfucker.
I was
Yeah,
thinking you were going to pull up Stir of Echoes, but you did
I
And
don't
night
have
wins
that.
every
I-
time.
I've seen it, but I don't have that.
Okay.
It'd be But yeah, I've always enjoyed this one.
Most
Well,
people,
not
most of us
much
have seen
that-
The Sixth Sense more.
Yeah, not much
Absolutely.
that needs to be said about that
I
one.
mean, I see dead people. Enough said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I remember, you know what I remember
Just say
from that?
the twist is still so great too.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I remember from that? Dan and I went to see that Sixth Sense. We came home. It was really late. It was after midnight, and a cop stopped us and said, "What are you guys doing out so
I
late?"
remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah. Said we just got back from the movies, and he's like, "Well," he's like, "I don't, you know, he thought we were up to no good." It's like, dude, we're coming home from the theater. Chill.
You know what should happen? You should ask, "Where'd you see?" You're like, The Sixth Sense. He's like, "I love that movie."
I see dead people. That's what I should have said.
There's a dead person right behind you, officer.
That's a good pick, Kenny.
Yeah,
And then,
I don't.
and then Rob and Dan got arrested that night. Just kidding.
Nah.
I've seen Straight Echoes, but I don't own that. So I
All right.
didn't see a lot during the 90s.
Right. Yeah.
I did at the theater, but we didn't own them a lot.
Okay.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
that happened a lot. I didn't start owning movies till much later.
All right.
All right. Alex, number 7.
Number 7 is a movie that has an actor you guys mentioned that was in another movie that it was Kenny's list. LL Cool J,
Oh,
Halloween
I
H2O.
was just, yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yes,
the true ending of Halloween.
yes. I was just gonna say that this. I prefer this finale of
Yeah,
Halloween
not that Corey
than
bull.
the other one.
Look, yeah. I just want to say something that this is the reason why I always compare H2O to like this new alternative timeline
Yeah, similar stuff.
of Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, when Jamie Lee Curtis does interviews and she talks about trauma, come on, Jamie. Like H2O did it. Not only did it first, but I think it did it
Yeah.
well. Let's see. Laurie Strode moves away, changes her name, is an alcoholic. She takes pills. She's trying to hide out.
She has nightmares,
How
That's
does
Hartman.
and
to
she's
me that makes more sense than staying in Haddonfield, becoming Sarah Connor, trying to prepare for Michael to break out of prison, which he's in prison. So why is she preparing?
and you like the brother sister angle in this one much better.
But
than-
listen,
Right.
doesn't it make more sense for her to prepare if he was on the loose? That's how you would prepare.
And then she was sort of prepared because like when she hears like when she finds out that that her son and all the other kids didn't go to Yosemite, she has the gun and she's okay, let's go. And there's a car in the gate that's nobody there. Like okay, I think he's
Right.
back. It is
Right.
how it is Halloween. That's why I like about the I like the sorry, every Halloween that has passed throughout her life, she's prepared for him to come back.
Right.
She doesn't
But
want to.
It's
but
more
she's-
realistic. It's more realistic though. Like she's prepared, but at the same time she's afraid.
Yeah.
You know, she's still living in fear. I just feel like that's more realistic. That's what you would do is like get the hell out of there and try to live your life.
And I like how in this movie she's not a total like failure in life. I mean, she still has
No.
she owns this private school,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
her like issues are behind closed doors. Like only
Mm-hmm.
really her son knows that what she's going through,
Yeah.
and everyone else thinks like, oh, she's she's a professional woman. Her life is good, right? But like she's hiding her issues. Where in the new
Yeah.
one, everybody knew what who she was and what she
I
was.
love the opening credit of that. I think that's probably
the opening
best
with the
that
nurse.
I've seen where I think it shows news clippings
Mhm.
and then the titles.
Yeah.
As much as I like 2018, I do like it.
Yeah.
The 2018 Halloween.
I did too.
I feel like this. I feel like that. Like when people compare it, it's like I just don't think people really understand how they did it here. That was enough. That was enough
Mhm.
story, and how they did it in 2018 just didn't make sense in that way. But
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, to be fair, this and 2018 they both do retcons, but 2018 does more retcons.
It does.
You
Yeah.
should have
The
really
brother and sister
stopped
thing is
that.
fully wiped, but
Yeah.
I feel like that. I feel like the brother and sister thing, and I know I talked to Sean Hirsch, and I know he kind of agrees that the brother and sister thing brought the characters together. It made sense. It gave them motivation to the motivation to whatever he was pursuing. He was pursuing her. She was trying to get away. 2018, they ended up accidentally meeting. So it's like
because the Dr. Sartain.
Right. They weren't related.
Right.
Again.
But the thing is, like, it's like also like not only this one, but like every movie until 2018, they had a brother sister relationship.
Yes, I
and
knew that. Right.
it's like people. It's like it's weird. It's like I think someone brought this up when 2018 was coming out. It's like imagine if in Star Wars Episode 7 they retcon Luke and Leia being brother and sister. It's like no, that's not a thing anymore. It's like,
They could have.
you can't, but you. It's hard to do that because like people are just you've established that throughout 10 movies, 9 movies, 9,
Yeah.
10. Even the
Yeah.
Rob Zombie ones kept that. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I know. I mean, whatever. I mean, anyway. So as for this movie on its own, not including the one that came after, this is the perfect ending.
Yes.
This is how you kill Michael Myers with chopping his head off.
Yes,
And it was him.
I saw it in the theater, and when that happened, when
too.
she cut his head off, everyone was like, "Yeah!" Like everyone was clapping, like it was like a
Right.
theater experience. It was,
I know this only a year ago. Rob, did that happen at all in Halloween Ends? I don't remember people cheering.
no, it was.
What,
it was
what
white
do you mean?
belt.
His head
It
cut
was-
off?
No, it was crickets. There was crickets.
Yeah,
There
dude.
was nothing
And
going
that theater
on.
was not empty. It was like a little bit over half full.
You know
at
when the
least.
kid falls
Oh.
off the banister in the beginning? The kid falls off the banister.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that
People
funny-
were laughing. There were people laughing.
Yeah, that was Dan and Rob laughing.
No, I'm just saying there were people.
No,
like, I don't think that had an effect. Like it didn't have the same effect. Okay, I'm not
Mhm.
bashing Halloween Ends here. I'm just saying it didn't have the same
I am.
effect. No, but it
That
didn't
was
have the same
the-
effect. Halloween
But-
H2O.
But
That's one of the earliest I saw Michelle Williams, I think. The blonde.
yeah, Michelle Williams from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah. Yeah, Dawson's
I
That's
feel
Creek.
H2O. I feel was done better. It made more sense, and a lot of people
And-
compare it to Scream.
Yeah,
But-
which that to me still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
something
it's,
at all like Scream.
it's the theme song. It's the theme song.
That and it's I know Kevin Williamson rewrote a lot of the script. So
Yeah.
you see a little bit, but it's not like they're meta throughout. They don't talk about movies or anything like that.
no.
No.
And this was also the same studio, Dimension Films.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I was trying to say Michelle Williams. That was before she got married to Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, yeah.
But again, talking about random, right? Michael could have killed that mom and the girl in the bathroom, and he didn't.
That's
He-
the creepiest scene in the movie.
And he took her purse, and that's it. That just shows you he's random there too. He's not just random in Halloween 2018. He's random anywhere in that movie too.
Yeah.
Also, he didn't have to kill Joseph Gordon-Levitt and his friend in the beginning.
It really kind of made no sense that he did.
He was really after the nurse and the files, but he killed
really
them
made no
anyway. So
But it made no sense that he killed those two because they went back to their house. So that
Yeah.
means Michael went to their house, killed them, and then went back to the nurses.
see, he didn't like that they stole the beer, so he's like, I can't get back.
Yeah, he wanted the beer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was trying to stop Joseph Gordon-Levitt from being Robin. That's what was going on. That's what happened.
Michael
Oh
Myers,
my god.
Michael Myers, he wasn't a fan of Third Rock from the Sun. So
You
Yeah,
should-
that's it.
But we have quite a bit more to get through.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, Halloween show. I still love it to this day.
Yeah,
All right.
I really like
That's
that.
my number 7, and it is the number 7 of the franchise too. So hi, meta.
All right. Okay, so my number 7,
You've
it's
heard-
an underrated movie, and I don't think you guys would probably. I don't think you. I don't know. Return of the Living Dead 3.
Ah, I like that one. Though.
I love this movie.
I like that one.
Okay.
I do.
This yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I prefer this over the second movie. I do like the second one, but that was more of a comedy. That to me it's like Return of the Living Dead 2 is like what they did with Evil Dead 2. It's like they completely did like a it's not a
retcon?
remake, but kind of like it's kind of like a mockumentary. It's like they mocked what they did in the
A
first movie.
parody
Yeah, parody.
of the first one.
This one is definitely a more kind of serious tone mixed with like a love story zombie
Romeo and
you know,
Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, yeah. And
With zombies.
Mindy Clark, you know,
Shakespeare would be proud.
I freaking I don't know this movie.
She was
remember
great in the
renting-
movie. I thought she was the best. I thought she
Undead
was the best
Shakespeare.
woman. She was great.
I remember renting this from the video store. It was just sitting there like this, you know, the VHS, and I saw this, and I'm like, "What in the hell?" I'm like, "That looks so cool." And when I watched it, I couldn't believe how gory it was. This movie is so gory, probably the goriest out of all the Return of the Living Dead movies.
And they didn't even cut. They had to cut some stuff out.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
This, yeah, dude. Like, if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. Yeah, it's, in my opinion, it's the best. They have 2 more Return of the Living Dead movies, after this, but those aren't really as good. There's Rave to the Grave and there's Necropolis, but this, in my opinion, is the best of the sequels.
Easily.
So
Yeah.
easily, yeah. So definitely check that one out. That's my number 7.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've always liked
All
that
right.
one, actually.
All right, number 6, Thomas.
My number 6 is a pretty self-explanatory one, but Scream.
There we go.
The first Scream mention
I
of
was
the night.
wondering where it
Have you
was.
seen
Yes.
that?
Autographs and all.
Yeah, and it's all of its glory.
Golly, green and red.
I think
Yes.
you got all the cast members.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we can barely read anything.
I know, right? Damn.
That's really cool.
And I'm
Yeah.
guessing you're not done with the Scream autographs, huh?
Now I have a few more. I need Nev. I like the big people like
Nev is like the last one, right?
like
I
Nev.
mean, good luck trying to get Courtney Cox, though. I'll just say.
And Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
but
Drew Barrymore,
the
yeah.
coolest one was getting Henry Winkler
Yeah, that is cool.
as the
Coach,
principal.
Coach Cox himself.
Well, I mean, what more can you say about the first Scream that hasn't been said before? I remember Scream when I was very young. One of my oldest cousins had the VHS of Scream, and the first scene I ever saw from the film was when Kenny, the cameraman, gets killed in the van.
Yeah.
That was the first scene I ever saw from the film, and
So 10-second delay.
30 seconds. It was 30 seconds.
3 second, yeah.
But I mean, what more can you say about the first Scream? I mean, everybody and it's given birth and like to a newer generation these days.
Oh, yeah.
Has kind of come back into the limelight again. And I mean, just recently, like I went to the Oaks PA show for Monster Mania and the Scream reunion. Like, it's amazing how many people come out to come see the Scream people. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's amazing how many
It's
people
got
come to see Matthew and Skeet and Nev. And,
Now it's gotten new fans because of the new movies.
right, and because of the Scream 5 and 6. With Scream 6, by the way, Dermot Mulroney was just perfect in Scream 6.
We might have to debate
But
on
the
that one.
ending of it was
Creep
kind
show
of-
coming soon.
I like
I have a lot of thoughts about
I like
that guy.
the new one, but
Kenny, what?
I liked Dermot and throughout most of the film. It was the ending of it, which
Spoiler alert! Spoilers. People haven't seen Scream 6.
Are you talking about Scream 6 or for Scream 1?
He's talking about the cop in Scream
6.
6.
Dermot,
Oh, okay.
The main guy.
but for anybody out there,
spoiler.
in case you're
No,
wondering,
but people who haven't seen the movie in the chat, I don't know.
That's their problem. I'm just
You have to
kidding.
wait at least a year till you can give out spoilers.
and it's like, well, I mean, like, and the first Scream had great cast of people: Drew Barrymore, Courtney Cox, Nev Campbell, Matthew Lillard, Jamie
There are 2 killers in Scream.
Skeet Ulrich, and
I think we knew that.
Henry Winkler. You
Spoiler
also
alert from 1986.
Rose McGowan. And for anybody out there, in case you're wondering who this is signed by, Matthew Lillard, Nancy Ann Ritter, Leonardo Shelfel. You have Skeet Ulrich, Rose McGowan's in the corner. You have Marley
God.
Shelton in the baby blue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have any more room. Tom.
Henry Winkler. I got room on the disc, which is why they're signed. Jamie Kennedy signed the one. Heather Matarazzo.
After that, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to buy a new box set and tomorrow.
It's like I'm not gonna get him to sign this disc, which is the two documentaries.
Yeah.
No,
Um, but I mean, what more can you say about Scream? I mean, what more? It's self-explanatory. It's a classic. Definitely one of the best of the '90s for sure.
Yes.
One of the best.
All right.
Definitely.
well,
All right,
That was number 6. Scream.
Number 6, Kenny.
all right. End of days.
End of
Oh,
days.
I had a feeling someone's gonna mention
That
that.
did not make my top 10, but man, I wanted
My
it on there.
favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Really? That's your favorite?
I know
Yes.
he's mentioned that before. I think.
Wait, over the first Terminator, or
It's my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film because I find it so
Over Jingle All the Way.
oh my god,
Over Batman and Robin.
over Hercules in New York?
Yeah.
Oh,
over
yeah.
Over Red Sonja.
over
Red Sonja. Whatever.
End
over
of Days
Junior.
is awesome.
You mean
though.
over Junior?
I know, right?
I saw End of Days in the theater.
I did too. Yeah. Same with there was another one I think
Over Terminator Genesis. Okay,
that
I'll stop.
Gabriel Byrne was in. It was another horror film the same year that I remember.
1999.
Huh?
Like you said the same year as this movie, 1999.
Yeah.
I think about Stigmata.
Stigmata. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was completely different characters.
But it also like it has
Oh
to
yeah,
deal with
Gabriel Byrne was in both movies. That's right.
Do you? Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They both have to do with the devil
Right.
and hell and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Possession.
Gabriel Byrne was a fun villain at End of Days.
Yeah. He doesn't always play villains, but he is great in these.
Sometimes he's villains, sometimes he's good guys.
Yeah. So, what more needs to be said?
That's
I
it.
like the ending.
I like the
fight
part where
was-
he's mixing. He's
Who the
mixing
fuck,
like
who the
pizza
fuck
and all
a
the
choir
stuff.
boy compared to me? A choir boy.
He's mixing all that food in the blender.
You're right.
He's like, I like scumbags. They pay better.
Yeah.
Arnold's still doing one-liners. Oh,
And,
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Kevin Pollack was good in too.
And
Oh,
so
like-
was Robin
Rob-
Tunney, Kraft.
Yeah,
and Robin Tunney as the main girl, she was great in this.
yes, she was.
Hardly anyone ever mentions her.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
other than the craft, that's really.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the craft
And Empire
Kraft.
Records.
Yeah,
Then it has a great moment where is this person on the ceiling?
Yeah.
I think
That's-
the ending. I think the ending to the movie is. I kind of tear up when Arnold sees his family.
Right.
Oh
Like,
yes.
That ending is really good, and the music is good. God, that has a good soundtrack.
And the music is
Who did the music?
It's is it Mark Esham or
John Debney.
Oh, okay.
John
Okay.
Debney.
Thinking of something else.
Yeah,
I think I know who that is.
John Debney.
Well,
I think he did one of the X-Men.
The main theme to the End of Days is actually that theme is actually used in other things. I've heard it before.
Yeah, I think I've heard it too.
You know the kind of the kind of
Oh, and then the first scene when Gabriel Byrne has that thing going to him is also pretty creepy, where he kisses that woman.
he
And
grabs her boob. He
Yeah.
grabs her boob
yeah,
and-
then her husband there.
yeah. He like looks at him like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah, then he looks at him really scary. And then
Yeah.
somehow the whole restaurant blows up.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Great.
he's done a lot. Yeah.
All right, Alex. Number 6.
Number 6 is another movie I should get on Blu-ray, but I don't have it on Blu-ray. But it's one of my it's one of my
It's
favorites
called
from.
Blu-ray thing.
I know it's one of my favorites from Mr. Kevin Bacon. This movie came out in 1990. It actually came out the same week I was born in this world, and that's Tremors.
Tremors.
In this world.
Tremors.
Yes, in this world. It came out a day. I looked it up when it actually came out. The date. One day after I was born. So
That
this
was-
movie,
and
me and this
then-
movie already have a connection.
You know,
That's
an
amazing.
eerie thing is that An American Werewolf in London was released the same day I was born.
Wow. So you're a werewolf?
John Carpenter's The
Maybe.
Thing was released with the same year as I was born.
You gotta look up the same month and same week what movie was
But like,
came out
or
the
at
same
least the
week. you were
same
born.
day. That might explain why I always look young.
We all have some good movies
You-
that come out our year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
mine's Tremors.
Fuck you!
We killed it. We killed it. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's so
Hell,
the friendship
Where
dynamic
go?
between Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward is great. The back
They
and
were.
forth together, yeah.
Fred.
the hell you did? It was bologna and beans. It's your turn.
hmm No, it was eggs. I did eggs.
Ovaries.
Oh, then he shakes the trucks and
Yeah,
what was it?
Stampede.
Stampede. Then he follows out saying, "You stupid son of a
I
bitch."
got a goddamn plan.
We have a new guy in here, Jose Rico Taco Nacho Quesadilla Mandela Jones.
That's a mouthful.
What
Yeah.
horror movie
Right.
was underrated?
There's a lot of movies that are.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
I like
You
tacos.
know,
I like
But a
tacos,
lot of these guys tonight have mentioned a lot of underrated movies.
Yeah.
You could
I
even
like
say Red Eye
nachos,
is underrated.
quesadillas.
Yeah, I can go from taco nacho quesadillas.
What horror movie was underrated?
You mean
Oh,
in these?
I think he was talking about. We were talking about End of Days. I think.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're just
Well,
talking about
here,
things.
I'll give him one. Like I was mentioning, Return of the Living Dead.
That's
3.
another underrated one.
That's an underrated one. If you haven't seen that
And what I mentioned was arachnophobia.
one. True.
Well, arachnophobia is a bit more
People do like
known,
the record for though.
and yeah,
Right,
it's a bit more
yeah.
known and respected than End of Days.
Yeah, yeah.
Tremors is definitely a good pick.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I,
Yes.
I'm a big
And
fan.
just the design of the graboids is very
Yeah.
interesting design.
I've seen 3 or 4 of them now.
It's clear that there's a lot. I mean, you could just look at the inspiration came from either you want to say Dune from in the 80s, and the sandworms from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
little bit.
yes,
Sandworms. Oh, man.
This one is a little more
Those
ground.
bother me.
Yeah, a little. I mean, this movie is a little more grounded than those other
Yeah.
two movies.
Right.
But yeah, like the cast, the characters. And it's a tiny little like middle of nowhere town, which I like.
Mm.
I like what's his name? Melvin, when he's like,
I can't stand Melvin. He should have died.
no way, man, no way, man.
Is it 3? I think where they return back to
Yeah,
the
all the supporting characters in 3 return.
Yes, I like 3, but
Like it's the same actors too. It's like not even.
Dude.
It's not recast. It's like the same actors.
number 3 is PG.
Yeah, it's like
It's
that's
well,
where,
what do you do?
that's where they jumped to shark.
I like 2 where it had those flying.
I did
ones.
like to. Yeah, I like to.
Oh, well, 2 had Fred Ward, and I think that's what really made it
He
good.
came back, and so did Bert.
It pissed me off they canceled the Tremors TV show because Kevin Bacon actually filmed a lot of it.
The pilot, yeah. He filmed
Yeah.
the pilot, yeah. And the trailer leaked, like, and it looked good.
It did. It looked
So,
good.
What's the problem, guys? I don't know.
Oh,
Stupid sci-fi.
And rest in peace to Fred Ward.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
Fred-
was
Fred
actually
Ward.
supposed to come back for the show.
Right.
But, dude, the Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon had such good chemistry in the
They
movie.
did.
It was almost like a buddy cop movie, but they weren't cops. I'm just saying, like they were,
A buddy movie.
yeah, like a
love
buddy
their-
movie.
And then
I
they
love
have
the
it to
remote
just run
control
into.
truck idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know the Kevin Bacon role was going to be John Cusack, and John Cusack said no. And then
I
there
don't know
was
how that
He's
would have
lost, yeah. I don't think John
Yeah.
Cusack would.
there were so many people they wanted for Fred Ward. They wanted Luke Gossett Jr., James Garner.
Mm.
I
You
don't
will
think it
have long blonde hair, big green eyes, world class breasts, ass that won't quit, and legs that go all the way up.
He was way off.
I think it
on
was
that one.
better for Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
God, I love that movie. Man,
Yeah.
that's such a good movie.
And it's
Okay,
funny
so-
at the end where he tricks the one last worm, and it goes down out the hill. He's like, "Can
Yeah.
you fly, sucker? Can you fly?"
Yeah.
And then in the
It wasn't
sequels,
it 2 where they
in the
flew.
in the
but they-
sequels, they had the flying.
But they
My
flew
favorite
kind
part of
of
Tremors
weird
is the
in
basement
2.
scene.
The bait.
In
Oh,
2 they
yes.
in 2 they
With
farted
Bert,
something.
with Michael
Yeah,
Grouse
they
and
fart in the
Reba,
second one.
yeah,
They
and Reba
farted.
McEntire. Even
Wow.
They're
Reba,
called Are they called ass blaster?
even Reba McEntire was good in the movie. I
Yeah.
remember-
Yeah, that's the thing. Reba McEntire, I thought when I first saw the movie, I'm like, huh, really? Like Reba McEntire? But
Yeah.
no, she was good. I thought she
Yeah.
was. It sucks that she can't appear in any of the sequels.
She thinks she's too good for him, I guess.
I know.
She wasn't
Like-
good.
Like the thing
Michael
is, like,
Gross is like the only one who's like
even
committed.
all of them, yeah,
He's like committed to doing them all.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of weird. Like in part 2, he said that they separated and they got
Favorite
divorced.
horror movie sequel.
Listen, I'm a guy that grew up with Family Ties, and when I see
Mhm.
Michael Gross in Tremors, it's like, really? Like,
It's a trip.
but he works well with his character.
Oh yeah, like
he's so
he's just
good.
an old school. Like he's ready for war. He's got all these guns and bombs, homemade bombs,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw him
bomb
do
shelter.
A,
He's well prepared.
Right, yeah. So
I saw him do a recent interview. It wasn't aired or anything, but he still loves doing these projects. Those Trimmers projects.
yeah,
Even if he gets
well,
bad.
he doesn't have much going on anyway. He doesn't really
Yeah.
do anything
Hmm.
other than the low budget stuff. I
So
guess
he's hoping for like there's another direct to video sequel.
But I really do like seeing him.
Right.
Oh, he's great in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's even great in the second one.
Yes,
I like the second. I like the second one. The second one's.
I do too. I was trying to say.
Yeah, it's a good sequel.
That's getting a Blu-ray from Arrow Video.
I gotta get that too. Yeah, because I do like the second one. Because like I remember when I was about to watch the second one for the first time, I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know, does it have Kevin Bacon in it? So I don't know, but I had fun with it.
It still is a fun one.
Yeah.
And those things they fly, but they got to fart to fly. I think.
No, in the second one they have the walking ones.
They had the walking ones, but there was
But
Yeah,
the flying ones,
There's a flying one. They show a flying one. Yeah, there is a flying one.
no, the flying one is
Yeah.
in the third one, isn't it?
No, they have a. There's a flying one in the second one.
Is there?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, okay. Where they fart or something. Was it in the first or second where they started piling on top of each other to get to the
That was
top
the second one.
Second, yeah.
That was a great moment. I love
Yeah, because in the second one, it's like they start out with the worms, and then
Yeah.
they kind of evolve into the walking ones.
Like
And
they
then
literally
there is
give
like-
birth.
Right.
Oh yeah, you hear them eat through, and the scream
they
they
eat
do.
heat
Right.
things or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Dude,
So-
when they eat through and you hear the big ones scream, it is eerie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tremors number 6.
Okay.
Good one.
All right.
Now it's back to his old spot.
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna name one that people hate.
Is this your number 6, Rob?
For my number 6, people hate this movie. I'm not sure. I don't remember if you guys said that you did or not, but I actually don't know. It is Jason Goes to Hell.
I love
like-
Jason
I
Goes
like
to Hell.
that.
We talked about it. Yeah.
I know
like it.
you like
I
it.
defend it. I defend that movie.
That's right. I just couldn't remember back to our stream if
No.
yeah.
No, I remember being very outspoken in the stream about it.
Yeah, people hate this movie, and I understand because Jason is not technically in it, but he is in another form. But
Body hopping. People don't like the body hopping.
I think I like the changes they made. I think it was ballsy. It was a ballsy move. And what I like too is they made Jason supernatural, which he is. I mean, okay. In number 6, you should see that he comes back like Frankenstein. He's a corpse. He's not a person anymore. He's supernatural. He's back as a supernatural being. So why is it so far fetched that he is a demon spawn
I
or
agree
something
with that.
supernatural that crawls into vaginas? I don't know. It's
Like even seeing the mask there, it should be a giveaway that it's supernatural.
yeah. No, this movie is awesome. It's the goriest I think out of the series,
It is.
and
Definitely.
Other than Freddy vs. Jason.
Freddy, yeah, it's pretty gory, but
But
this
yeah, at the time.
Funny thing is, I remember I think it was Beethoven's second was out, and I remember seeing a movie stand for that
Beethoven second.
in
That's-
theater.
I
talk about
saw
us-
this in the theater. It was of course the theatrical cut, and
You didn't
I
see
remember-
the China.
I remember when the ending came up with Freddy's glove. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, what? No,
Yeah, that was before social media was spoiling shit like
Yeah.
So,
you had to actually go to the theater to see it.
me and
It's
you
one of
both
those-
are still children.
It's one of those things where like
Well, yeah.
Kids in the playground talked about it Monday morning. Like,
You're
hey,
right.
just
Yeah.
goes to hell. Yeah, like I know, like Freddy's in it at the end. Oh my god! And everybody
Sort
talked
of.
that. I mean, that talked. I mean, that even like made the whole discussion about Freddy vs. Jason being a real thing now.
Yes, that
Uh,
was it. Yeah.
Angela, what movie that genuinely scared like
Generally
Well,
scared you.
first, what favorite horror movie sequels, and then what movie that genuinely scared? Who knows?
genuinely scared
Okay, those two questions she asked. Oh, sorry, Angelo. Sorry, he asked. Those are my number 3 and number 2. I'll answer those.
I'll wait for my
What do you
number
mean
1.
in these?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's my number 6. It's hated throughout the series, not as much as number 8, which is funny, but this,
No, Jessica Hell still gets some shit on
yeah,
that.
it gets yeah. So
But some people, I mean, it hasn't gotten the like love like Halloween 3 has more throughout the years, but
I
yeah,
loved how
but
I
it's
loved
like
how Dan said that 3 was his one of the. He had it so low in the ranking.
I know that shocked me.
all
I
Mhm.
think it was a
right.
terrible.
But he has reasons.
Okay,
Yeah.
we are on our top 5.
Top 5.
Really 5.
Top 5 now.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Thomas.
My number 5. I was talking about how the first Power was not going to be the last time you saw a Lou Diamond Phillips horror film. So if you remember, my number 5 is
Babs, I knew
Yeah,
you
that's
were gonna say that.
yes, man.
All right.
yeah. I
Thomas is the biggest fan of that movie that you're ever gonna meet.
thought
What's so
I
the
like
name
the
of
movie. I mean,
it?
I like
I
it.
do. I don't mind it, but it's
Kenny,
just
do
the
you like
biggest.
bats?
Yeah, I remember seeing that at the theater.
Okay.
But
That
I
was-
remember, like, after it came out, I didn't never heard anybody ever talk about this movie until
Mhm.
Thomas brought it up in one of the streams a couple years ago.
yeah.
I was like, oh
I
yeah. Yeah.
talked more about this when I was doing the talk about my first horror film I ever saw at the beginning of the second hangout we ever did before
Mhm.
we talked about our top 10 remakes. But if you want to hear more about the backstory of how I discovered this film, you guys can go check out the top 10 horror remakes hangout. I always thought this was such a really fun creature movie.
Mhm.
I really like Lou Diamond Phillips and Dina Meyer as the 2 leads. I also really like Leon and Bob Goonton. It has some pretty decent practical effects because K&B had a hand in the special effects,
Mhm.
and it does some, like I said, it does some clever things in the script where it takes the a bite out of the sequel bait ending where the one bat is alive and they run it over, so there's no sequel bait ending, which I like. It's kind of like breaking the fourth wall, sort of poking fun at a sequel bait ending.
Right.
Which almost every horror movie does,
Yeah,
Mhm.
whether they have one or not.
but this is just an overall really fun, entertaining popcorn, creature movie. And still to this day, I think it's the best film dealing with killer bats, at least in my opinion.
Still waiting for that sequel though.
I
Well,
agree
there
with you.
was actually. but
There actually was a sequel.
Was there? I was just
Not really.
joking. It.
There actually was a sequel called Bats Human Harvest, and it was a piece of junk.
Okay, I didn't even know
A
that.
piece of junk.
But Bats, that is my number 5.
Well, you could just say Batman Begins was the sequel, but
No.
Oh,
and look at all the
no.
bats in the well that attacked Bruce Wayne.
Oh, boy.
Well, wouldn't that have been
Oh,
funny?
what were you gonna say, Rob?
Huh?
Were you gonna say something? I don't know.
Oh, I just know I agree with Thomas. It's probably one of the best like bat kind of films.
Killer
out
bat.
there.
Because there's not very many of those.
No,
There should be now. I mean, come on.
I mean there's
I
plenty
mean-
of crocodile films. There's plenty of shark films. There's not
You're
enough
right.
bat films.
You can do a killer bat movie and then have it be COVID.
Like
I'm just
Jaws.
saying.
Oh
COVID.
my god. Oh no.
These killer bats give you COVID. You can do that.
We don't.
Yeah.
No.
Look, man, there was this movie that came out earlier this year called Sick. It's on Peacock. You can watch it. It's on DVD now.
That was okay.
It was about COVID, and I really liked it.
Right. All right.
All right. Well,
Right.
Thomas, number 5 is Bats. Kenny,
Upside down bats.
number
Upside
5.
down bats. Yeah, we were talking about that too.
That's actually cool ass
Upside down
marketing.
and
Though.
turn the
That's
other
cool.
way.
That's clever marketing. I like that.
Now Sleepy Hollow.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
I've always enjoyed this one. I think I was 17 when I saw this. 17
Yeah,
or
I
18.
was,
I was,
I was
10.
young too.
Yeah.
Yeah, cut the heads off.
Right. And there it was fake bodies, but they actually showed people doing that. It was a real thing with
like practical. That's actually practical
it was
effects.
practical, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so and this is Christopher Walken as that headless horseman.
Yes.
Yeah, that was different.
Yeah, and he
Doesn't say
I
anything
don't
in the
know,
movie.
it's probably not well known, but Christopher Walken, he did not feel comfortable riding horses. He did not like riding horses. They didn't much like him.
Well, that's why most of the movie is a stunt.
Well,
Actor?
it was
Ray
a
Park.
mechanical thing that was used in the
Yeah,
Wizard of Oz, I think.
Yeah.
Right. He said, he complained a lot about that.
Like the actual shots, you see him actually riding the horse, like in the backstory flashback scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's genuinely creepy. It's kind of creepy though. I mean, that movie kind of had some creepy moments a little bit.
It's also a murder mystery too.
Oh, dude, Angelo, yes, Cobra. Oh my God, yes. There are some scenes in that are kind of scary because it can happen in real life. It's like a real thing.
A serial killer.
Yeah.
And this has Casper Van Dien.
Yeah, it's that jerk off character.
As the one who's originally supposed to marry her.
Christina Ricci, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like this one.
That's a good pick.
And
Daniel. Palpatine's in this movie.
I knew. Yes, I knew. Got
He's
that
in the movie. Yeah.
And he wasn't. He had nothing to do with that kind of what was happening.
He doesn't die, does he? I don't remember if he dies in the movie.
I don't think he does.
He left to go to a Coruscant.
He doesn't have the power yet.
He had to go back to the Senate. You have to go back to the Senate.
1999, but
yeah, it's same year as Episode 1, so you have to go.
He lost the power.
He wasn't.
They didn't put him on the ventilator yet.
Yeah,
that's funny because like Ray Park, who plays Darth Maul in Episode 1, he did the stunts of the Headless Horseman. So you got two Star Wars actors.
Well, yeah, I get why they had Ray Park for that because this is when he was quite young, so he was able to.
I mean, he's good at stunts.
That's what he did. Yeah, before he became like popular.
He knew how to he had a double-edged axe like.
Yeah, I loved it. That was great. I loved the axe.
Yeah.
The fight scenes are pretty awesome.
When he does the chopping off head effect, there's a bit of smoke. Because I guess
it takes place during Halloween, doesn't it? It's a Halloween movie.
It's a what?
It's a Halloween movie. It takes place during Halloween, doesn't it?
I know it's
there's jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins throughout the movie.
Oh yeah.
It's just in the 1800s or whatever, or 1700s, whatever.
Yeah, because I was like, this can be watched at any time, whatever time during the year.
But I see a lot of people talk about. No, I see a lot of people talk about how they like to watch Sleepy Hollow during Halloween season.
Yeah, that hit time you have your camera pointing way up.
Yeah, dude, what's going on?
All right. Danny Elfman, he did the music, which I think was a great.
Danny Elfman, you said?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tim Burton movie, so of course Danny Elfman.
Makes a lot of sense.
It's that number 5. All right. You have anything else you want to say, Kenny?
Sleepy Hollow.
For your number 5?
I love the atmosphere of it, with the fog or smoke, whatever that goes around the town. That makes
the mist. Yeah.
Even more. Well, I wasn't going there, but I was. That made it even. That made the whole atmosphere of it incredibly eerie.
Yeah.
Uh, da, 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 da. It has Michael Goff, who was Alfred in the 4 Batman films.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Tim
that
Burton.
dude. Then Jeffrey Jones, who
Tim
is
Burton.
now a weird pedophile now.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
But no, I can't think of
Don't
anything.
expect him to make a cameo on Beetlejuice too. Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Uh,
That sucks because like the actor who played Otho in Beetlejuice, he passed away, so he didn't come back either.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
All right.
Oh, you mean that one who he the one who was wearing that suit with the whole,
Yeah, Otho.
he passed away. Oh,
He passed away like 10 years ago, like over 10 years ago, I think.
oh,
Sad, yeah.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Also,
him.
don't
and,
expect Alec Baldwin to show up in Beetlejuice too either. I'm just saying.
well, he's still alive, but he probably won't.
I know, but like,
He's not showing up probably.
he's not showing up in anything anytime soon.
And
So Sleepy Hollow, number 6.
then what's her?
I'm sorry, number 5.
Also,
Sorry, my
and
bad.
then that I always forget her name. Catherine O'Hara. They were great together.
Yeah.
In that
And Beetlejuice, yeah.
Beetlejuice, but yeah,
She's coming back for the sequel though.
Yeah,
She's coming back. Yeah. I'll wait. I'll wait to see a trailer to see if I want to watch it or not. I don't know. So.
What movie had a shocking ending? I would say The Witch.
7.
6 Sense, baby.
Well, yeah, but
I was thinking 7.
7 as well. Yeah. That's
all right,
amazing.
Kenny, that's your 5.
Yes.
Let's move. Let's go to Alex. So, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is a movie I first loved when I first saw it, and I love it even more after I went through high school and all that stuff, and that is The Faculty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Underrated movie. I know it gets more love than it did before because people didn't really watch it when it first came out. But oh man, the cast, both the teens and the teachers, were all great. Josh Hartnett again. He did it right after H2O.
Right. Yes.
And Jordana Brewster, that was her first movie before she did Fast and Furious. And of course, Elijah Wood. It's like it's just like the weird time in his career where it's like he wasn't a kid anymore, and this is before Lord of the Rings. So it's
Right.
like people would forget that he was in this movie.
He wasn't a kid, but he was
He started filming Lord of
It
the
wasn't
Rings.
Hobbit yet. Yeah.
He started filming Lord of the Rings the next year in 1999.
Yeah, like when he filmed this movie, he was auditioning for Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna get a soda real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. And
You
yeah,
go-
Angelo, yes, The Mist definitely had a shocking ending. I agree with that.
Oh shoot! No.
Yeah,
that
That was a crazy
The
ending.
Mist. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that ending.
Yeah, and then the faculty cast. Robert Patrick as the coach. Great. He even shows some of his T1000 things when he's running, chasing after.
Everyone keeps thinking that.
Yeah, because he runs exactly the same way.
That was some
he's
fast
been
running you
in
did
so many
there.
great other shows and films.
Yeah, but like when he's a bad guy and he's running, he's got that T1000 mode to
You
him.
could
You know?
sure use your speed. There's
Yeah.
plenty of
He was
chasing.
also in the X Files.
When you're being chased, I like that.
Yeah, he was on the X Files. Yeah.
Yeah, when David
You're right,
Duchovny was not there. Yeah,
David Duchovny wasn't there.
yeah. I remember I saw like a couple episodes with him in it. Robert Patrick. That's a creepy
Right.
show. It's hard. Yeah.
Well, that's a.
You had Franklin Jensen as the teacher, one of the teachers.
You know what
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
did it? Kind of modernized.
Oh, and the creature.
Go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead.
The creature in that was also pretty weird.
Oh,
and
the queen?
scary-looking.
The
The
twist.
Nazi-
This has a twist in it too. Like people, Angelo said, shocking ending. Like this, the twist of this movie, you find out who the queen is.
Yes. Mhm.
Well, it's
Which-
one of those. Look, it kind of modernizes John Carpenter's The Thing
Mm-hmm.
mixed with Invasion of the Body Snatchers because
And
it
Breakfast
does
Club.
It does the whole but it does the whole thing in John Carpenter's The Thing where they all have to take the sniff test.
Yes.
In this case, it's the sniff. It's not,
The blood.
Right. So I like that. It kind of takes stuff from other movies and it makes it,
Its own.
combines it. Yeah.
That's a funny scene. Like the sniff test is a funny scene, but also very intense because you don't know who, and they keep blaming each other. Like, it could be you've been acting weird lately. You've been acting weird. Like you haven't been yourself.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like
Robert Patrick. He
course-
acted weird the whole time.
Like Robert Patrick, he's just yelling at the beginning. He's yelling at all the
Right.
football players, but when he's infected, he's calm and relaxed and chill.
I like when he's drinking the water and he's like, just looking at it makes him want to take a piss.
Yeah, freaking Jon Stewart. Yeah. And of course, this is a Robert Rodriguez film. You had Selma Hayek in it.
Oh yeah.
That
As
was
the
back
nurse.
when he was really good, I think.
As the nurse.
Too bad
It's
she
funny 'cause,
wasn't dancing.
She's sick throughout the beginning of the movie. She has a cold and a cough, but when she gets infected, she turns into the hottest nurse you can see in the high school.
Yep.
But you don't- but-
Kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street 3. That nurse.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Oh, Kenny, you bad boy.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, that nurse was
The
hot.
nurse scene in
Well, he brought up the nurse thing first.
yeah, with Selma Hayek.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And of course, the late Piper Laurie in this movie as
Yeah,
I
Drag-
guess she was a librarian. No, she wasn't a librarian. She was a tutor.
Angelo, Drag Me to Hell. I didn't realize that they were going to kill off Allison.
Drag Me to Hell.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
I thought that was really cool that they did that because then it just shows you that
Yeah.
she didn't win.
I know, but like it sucks. I wanted her to win though. I was like,
I
man.
know.
Anyone is vulnerable.
She should have double checked the damn envelope.
Justin Long's face was.
She retired after that.
hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks. She actually was good in the movie.
Hmm.
And of course, it's funny because I mentioned this to Rob last month about how my new baby nephew's name is Ezekiel, but I call him Zeke. And every time I say that, I just get reminded of Josh Starner's character. His name is Zeke.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to jack you
You
up. Yeah. And I like the
Yeah.
characters' introduction throughout the movie. The teens, you see their names.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. And this is also like a modern version or the '90s version of the Breakfast Club. You have,
Right.
but
Yeah.
but the twist, like
Older version.
the nerdy character is the hero of the film.
Hmm.
The so-called dropout, not dropout, like
You got the
criminal,
basket case.
the
You got
bad boy.
basket case.
He's actually intelligent.
right.
Mhm.
The basket case is not an actual basket case.
Yeah. The princess is actually. I mean, she's not really all that. Basically, like she's popular, but then she's not.
And then the jock is he doesn't want to be a jock anymore. He wants to be
Right.
an intelligent student.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's twisted character.
It's like they're stereotype. They're labeled, but they're not really that.
Yeah, and then when they get infected, they kind of get more into who they really are.
Right.
So in a way, it's like them being infected actually helped their lives after the fact.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. hmm So
That's-
that was interesting.
And
Yeah.
Elijah Wood was also in Back to the Future Part 2 as one of those.
Yeah,
boys.
it's like a baby's toy.
Yeah,
Who's that
in
kid?
the arcade.
Dumb kid.
The first movie I saw Elijah Wood in was The Good Son.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yeah.
The Descent. Has a-
Yeah. Angelo, The Descent has two endings. The ending I like is when she's actually in the cave still, and she's imagining herself out of the cave. Like
Right.
that's
You
the
said
one I
that.
like.
You mentioned the
Oh.
good son.
1408. It's not at the end, but I love it when the room makes him think he is out of the room when he really isn't. And he is
Yeah.
actually out.
Oh, 14. Yeah.
He's actually
Wow.
out for a while.
I've seen people accidentally watch the director's cut, and the ending's very different.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
I prefer the theatrical cut to.
Oh, when he blows
Unfortunately-
up the room?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the theatrical cut. Because the director's cut, he dies. So So
Mm,
14,
all right.
28. Yeah, that
Director's
with Faculty.
credit.
Yeah, that's my number 5.
Okay.
Underrated teen movie of the 90s. Horror
Very
movie.
What about
nice.
you, Rob? What do you got for number 5?
Okay, for me, I'm gonna go with a TV miniseries, and that is
It.
I was waiting for you.
Not The Shining.
No, not the Shining miniseries.
The Shining mini. No, hell no.
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 That was also the 90s too.
When it comes to miniseries, Stephen King ones, you got Tommy Knockers, you got The Stand,
The Langoliers.
Langoliers.
Freaking Langley.
I think this is the best out of the Stephen King miniseries that they've put out.
Yeah.
But
And
this
then
is
there's
such
a hospital one. Hospital, Kingdom Hospital.
Mhm.
Oh, there's also I think Rose.
Isn't there
Red.
also Rose Red? Yeah.
They should
Rose Red.
they should do them again. I don't know.
But this made honestly this made clowns
Exactly.
creepy. I know from a certain age, like kids have always thought clowns are kind of creepy, but I think this movie really set that off.
Yeah.
It made it that way, and God, such a great cast, and like I don't really need to go into detail about it because everyone knows this movie. I just feel like this movie will never be forgotten. It's just so good, and Penny, Tim Curry's performance. Tim Curry's not really doing good right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so bad. He's just so talented, and this movie is where it really shows. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites.
The thing that is going on with Tim Curry almost makes me think of Val Kilmer because he has a similar thing.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Kind
I think Val Kilmer had didn't he have throat cancer?
Yeah,
Bro.
so he practically lost his voice.
But it made
Tim
me
Curry,
think
I think, had a stroke.
Yeah, sure. So
Um,
he's in a wheelchair. He can't really talk like he used to.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, but
It's similar.
and then now Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I was really young when I saw this, and yeah, I don't know. It's
I think I remember seeing that, and it. I don't know if my mom and dad really realized it, but there are parts of it that are probably more scary than even the two recent films.
well, the recent films, like, they kind of went for it a little bit. This one kind of pulled back on a lot of that kind of violence, but
Yeah,
honestly, I don't think it had to be so violent. It was just the creepiness of it was really what made it effectful for people. Going down.
Hold the front of it closer, Smart. I love the hands that he has too.
Actually, yeah, you don't see a lot of it in the movie. You just see that one scene where he
I
escapes.
love the
I
hands. Yeah,
I know people don't care for the second part. I actually like the second part. I mean, it's
that ending that doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
that
I don't
spider
mind
thing.
With the
I don't
spider.
mind the spider. I don't mind it. I think it was fine.
But that's in the second part. There's that creepy scene with Beverly goes to her old house and she meets the old lady. Like, that's freaking
Yes.
creepy scene.
yeah.
Yes, Mrs. Kirsch.
Yeah, freaking Mrs. Kirsch.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it's a good scene.
I worry about you, Bev. I worry a lot.
Now.
Ah.
Such a great cast. I mean, John Ritter. I miss that guy.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Now it's been 20 years since that he has been gone.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Kiss me, fat boy.
Tommy Lee Wallace directed this, and it's so good.
Season of the Witch director.
Yeah.
Kiss
There
Me
you
Fat
go.
Boy said in this miniseries too. I'd forgotten that.
Who?
Kiss Me Fat Boy said in the miniseries.
Yes.
I
Yeah, that
forgot.
was said in the second part.
The second part where
I knew
John
that.
Ritter thinks he's kissing Annette O'Toole, but it's actually
Right.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
He's got the
No,
makeup in his face. Like,
Really,
wow.
I like seeing her. I don't see her.
See,
much
what
now.
happened was it was just a blooper. Tim Curry was fucking with John Ritter, and he was doing his Rocky Horror Picture thing. And they kept that in the movie.
Oh my god.
You're right, Thomas. You keep moving around.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to.
He's trying to stretch.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
I
All
think.
right,
I was driving around.
Yeah,
from-
Kenny's noticing. Kenny's watching over you close. Like, what is Thomas doing?
So I
I was
drove
like,
drove
well, you
around
keep
most of the
moving
day.
around.
So
Stop moving.
No, I had a long day too, Thomas.
Yeah, I was driving around most of the day, so
Oh,
I
you
was
were?
like, are you needing to fart? And you
You just went out a lot.
well, I mean, I got picked up. I got picked up from work, and then I didn't get home until like 7.
Okay.
All
literally.
right, well, let's move on to number 4.
Because you look tired.
No,
Wait, yeah. So number 5. So Rob, number 5 was It miniseries. That's cool.
Yep.
It's so 4 now.
Now we're on top 4 now.
Okay, so number
Should get
4.
interesting.
Thomas.
Number 4, I believe, was Alex's number 6, but Tremors.
Yeah,
There
look
you
at
go.
that. I should get that.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of repeats right now. Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
never know, though. I mean, what more can be said about Tremors that hasn't been said before? This is just when it comes to like creature feature movies, like this is always like at the top of my list. Just such a fun idea, and like I said, like you guys said before, the chemistry between Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward is just top notch, and great little side characters with Michael Gross, Reba McEntire, Finn Carter. You also have
I like the one of the main girl who's with them.
Finn Carter.
I forget it. Yeah, I forget.
Yeah.
I forgot her name.
The character's name is
He played Rhonda.
Rhonda. Yes.
Rhonda. There we go. And I'm a big fan of the second one too because Fred Ward came back, but you also have
Michael Gross coming back.
Helen Shaver in part 2.
I also didn't mind Grady too in part 2. He's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, he grew up in that.
You know what I find kind of funny in Tremors 2, where Helen Shavers she kind of says a line in Survive the Night that she says in Tremors 2, like we're like sitting ducks out here.
Survive the night. You said it last week too.
Yep.
She says a very similar line like she does in Tremors 2 in that, which I think is.
It's always kind of funny when actors do that when they repeat the lines.
Exactly.
And they don't
always
realize
catch it.
But I mean, what more can be said about the original Tremors that hasn't been said before? This is just a timeless classic. And I mean, you guys all summed it up perfectly for Tremors, but that is my number 4.
Don't push me, Bert. Don't you push me.
Whoa.
What happened to Rob? We lost Rob.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh no! I hope you won't have to end the stream again.
Well, we can't end it. Only he can end it.
Well, it was something happened and it was ended I think the second stream we were doing, and then me and Thomas were chatting back and forth, and then it stopped.
I mean, I can't. None of us can end the show. Only he can.
No.
He needs to come
said
back.
pressing leave studio, but that won't end it.
No, it won't. I mean, you can't. Only the host can.
No, wait. We should wait until Rob.
Yeah. I'm just messaging. I just messaged him right now. Maybe it's one of those things where we froze for him, and he just I don't know.
Right.
You said this happened before. You said this happened in the first other.
Oh,
yeah.
What
happened?
What the hell?
You left us.
It's like
Rob, I'm about to say, Rob. At least it didn't happen like the first time where we like the whole stream would get all fucked up. And
Rob, I was freaking out like the girl.
You guys all listen. Alex disappeared. Then Kenny was like this. Then you.
I didn't do this.
Thomas disappeared, and then all of a sudden, everything went black, and I'm like, what?
I'm like, I was thinking of that about that girl in Return of the Living Dead. Like, he left us. Oh, he left us.
All right, keep going. What we were talking about.
Thomas,
I want to make sure
Thomas wasn't my number 4. No, sorry.
Oh yeah, well, I just basically wrapped up my number 4, and that was
Tremors.
Okay, all right.
So it's
All right.
Kenny's turn.
But you guys summed it up perfectly. Tremors is a classic.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, Kenny, you're number 4 then.
All right. This probably will be repeated, but 7.
7, nice.
Oh wow.
See, I love 7, but I consider it more of a thriller, to be honest.
But it's got a.
Oh, I was going to choose it for my thriller, but I went.
Well, it's got 4. Yeah.
I
It
was
does,
thinking,
but like
I
as a
thought
detective
more
film,
unique ones for thriller. If you could watch that one, because none of mine were similar to what they were choosing,
mm-hmm.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
no, it's good. That's
No,
good.
Seven's a great
Yeah,
movie. I love
this
Seven,
is
but
the
like,
old DVD from 2001.
mm-hmm.
Right.
But that has all the features.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I got that one.
Mhm.
David
Yeah,
Fincher.
it's got the little slip. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's got the
Like
little
the
notebook
Notebook.
thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so there isn't much as it needs to be said for this one. It
This
is,
is pretty much like David Fincher's way of saying, "I'm a good director. Alien 3 was not my fault."
yeah,
Yeah.
because it was the studio was interfering with that one. And after
Right.
I'd recently gotten 3, and I understood what the whole problem was.
Right.
Like, oh, it was the studio that was interfering. He had no, it was not his fault.
Right.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love the atmosphere of this, and the music is great too. The Howard
That
Shore.
whole ending sequence of Seven is one of the craziest endings ever.
This is
Yeah.
another one. This is another one, kind of like Sphere. It doesn't. If you don't really want to talk about it, you might spoil things.
Right, but it's like
That's true.
you don't see it coming at all.
Right. I remember seeing this at the theater, and I was
Oh,
13
really?
and I was 13 or 14. This being R.
I
Yeah.
think I saw that too at the theater. I could be wrong. I thought I did.
Yeah, I remember really well seeing that. I was in junior high.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
that's
That's
my 4. I really enjoy that one.
that's your number 4. Okay.
Alex.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Yes, Alex.
My number 4 is also another horror movie that's considered to a lot of people just to be a thriller, but I consider it a horror movie, and that is Signs of the Lambs.
Nice.
Signs of the Lambs.
I was
I
almost
consider it horror
going,
because
going with that.
I mean, like Buffalo Bill, what he does, like that's freaking horror movie, okay?
Mm.
I mean, everything has been said about Signs of the Lambs. Anthony Hopkins is amazing as Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Jodie Foster is great as
That is really
Charlie.
funny because Thomas mentioned Manhunter in the thrillers.
Yeah.
I know he did mention Manhunter, and he mentioned how he prefers it over Red Dragon. I don't agree. I prefer Red Dragon, but that's just me.
I
Oh.
agree with Thomas. I prefer Manhunter.
Oh, that's my boy.
Manhunter.
Uh,
Manhunter.
I
I
like
think
both of
Manhunter
them, but
I like both. I like Manhunter, but I just
No,
prefer
I like
Red
both of
Dragon.
them too.
I
I've
just prefer
always
Red
liked
Dragon.
Manhunter.
I think
And
this is. I love the cast so much. I think that's.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I think-
Silence of the Lambs, dude. It's like
I don't
The buff-
think anybody gives Brian Cox any credit. I think he.
I think he's an underrated.
a lot of people
Hannibal
don't even realize he ever played Hannibal Lecter.
No, they don't. That's
They
the
don't.
thing. Like,
I know.
Well,
Just,
not
just the
many
way
people- not
they
many
think of Brian
people-
Cox, they think of freaking X-Men too. That's it.
But the thing is, like, no one really knows. Like, the current people don't know there's even a film called Manhunter.
Right.
Like, no
Yeah.
one knows there was even a Red Dragon in the '80s, basically.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
'cause I
Yeah,
remember-
that's why it was called Manhunter.
See, I had no idea before I saw both. I had no idea they're the same adaptation. So when I saw Manhunter first, and then when I saw Red Dragon, I was like, "Wait a minute, this is the same movie. What the hell?"
I know
Yeah.
I know one of the reasons why when they did Manhunter, the reason why they didn't want to use the title Red Dragon was they would have thought like it was gonna be people thought it was gonna be like kung fu movie.
That's what I was trying to say because there was another film I think that had the title Red Dragon. And
Honestly, though,
Also-
I kind of prefer the title Manhunter. 'cause
I
it
mean,
is
like when
Yeah,
Red
me
Dragon,
too.
when Red Dragon was finally made, they wanted to keep it with the continuity of Signs of the Lambs and Hannibal.
right.
With
Yeah, they
Anthony
wanted to have
Hopkins.
Anthony
And the thing is, though,
Yeah.
Michael Mann didn't really have to do that because he had his own freedom to do whatever he pleased.
See, I thought they were all gonna be connected, but like no, I was like Manhunter's his own thing.
Okay.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
Signs of the
But Signs of the
Lambs.
Lambs, dude, it's like that movie
No,
just.
no. Rob is next.
But I was just gonna say, like, quick thoughts on the movie. Like my last thoughts on the movie. It's like that movie. It's one of those things where like, oh, even critics in the Academy showed love for a horror movie.
Yeah, rarely does not happen a lot. It's been happening more and more now.
Often, well, yeah, but still, it's like horror movies. Still, sometimes I don't feel like they get respect
Yeah,
in Hollywood sometimes,
um,
unless you do something. I don't know, elevated horror. If you want to even call
yeah,
that.
something here that critics and what'd you say, critics and
And the
what
Academy.
Something
Academy?
like
This is
Hereditary.
the
Yeah.
critics and Academy probably all liked.
But even like something like Hereditary, it's like people felt like Toni Collette should have been nominated.
She should have. I think
She
she
should have,
should.
yeah. But,
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But
The fact that
it's
she
a
was
horror movie,
crying
so
the whole movie.
but it's a horror movie, so like they don't want to acknowledge it too much. It's like one of those. I don't. It's a
I mean,
really
I
good
think
movie,
she
understand.
did better. I think she did better in Hereditary than in Sixth Sense. Honestly,
Ooh, wow.
I mean, I thought
Not
her
about
acting
20 years
better.
later.
I know.
I would say she did better in Hereditary, better than she did in Tammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot she was in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
But yeah, anyway, my
with
number four, my number four was Silence of the Lambs.
with
Alright.
the Hereditary with the Burger King crown.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right. My number 4 has already been mentioned, and it is H2O.
Nice.
Yay.
Very high on my list. Let me guess, Kenny. That's your next one.
Water.
No,
He's
it's
laughing.
funny
He's laughing because it's VHS. That's why.
and the thrillers they had unlawful entry in different spots.
Oh,
That's just funny to me because it happened again. Similar.
don't be dissing my VHS.
You know what though?
No, I'm not
People
talking about
say
the VHS.
people
I'm
say
gonna
there's
watch
no
this right now, bitch.
people say there's no water in Halloween show, but that's bullshit. That scene where the cops are in the nurse's house after she's being killed. It's raining, so there's water in Halloween show. I'm just saying.
Right.
It's not false
Yeah,
advertisement.
I'm not gonna talk a lot. We've already talked about this, but yeah, I love this movie. So
Yeah, I've always enjoyed that.
yeah. All right.
I'm not responsible for you.
Top 3.
Again, I'm not responsible for you.
Yeah, right.
What are we on, number 3?
We're on
yeah.
top 3 now,
Yeah.
baby. Top 3.
now this is gonna be really interesting now seeing a top 3.
The fuck was that?
What was that?
But number
hell?
3.
Okay, I think that was Thomas because he didn't hear it.
Oh.
Wait, did you hear something or?
Yeah.
Well,
Sounded
Well,
like-
have a banging. But go on, Deb. What was yours?
I didn't even hear anything, but
Number 3, yeah.
It's all right. Go on.
my number 3 is based on a Stephen King movie, but not a like mainstream one that you would probably think though. But it was based on a short story by Stephen King, and when I think of just most bizarre ideas, and just the fun, gory vibe and a gritty atmosphere, this is like one of the first ones that comes to my mind. Number 3 is The Mangler.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, The Mangler easily had to be my number 3 because it's one of the few times that you got to see. Speaking of, we were talking about Silence of the Lambs. This is one of the few times Ted Levine gets to be a good guy. Because Ted Levine plays the cop, and Robert Englund plays the owner of the laundromat.
And and he's not a villain.
Yeah, you get to see Robert Englund play a little bit of a different kind of character, right there.
And Ted Levine also in The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, he was a good guy in that one.
As the dad, yep.
He was also in Fast and the Furious.
But he was a cop.
Yeah.
So.
And on the TV show Monkey was a good guy as well.
And he was the voice of Rusty Nail in Joyride.
Candy Cane.
The villain.
Candy Cane.
But to me though, the best part of this movie is the whole finale where they literally perform an exorcism on the laundry machine, and they do like this prayer where it's like, I think we're gonna be fucked, and I think we'll be fucked. And it's literally this laundromat machine comes to life, and it's cutting people in half, and it's shooting fireballs and things like that. Like it's just they know what kind of idea this movie is, and they just go all balls to the wall, R-rated, doesn't hold back on the gore, and I really like the
kind of like Down.
Yeah, basically, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's gory, and you know, I really like the gritty atmosphere to the. I like the setting of the laundromat where, and Robert Englund just plays a really cool, creepy looking character, and Robert Englund, no matter what he does, was always good at whatever he played.
Oh yeah.
Whether it be Freddy Krueger, whether it be Fort Fairlane or Wishmaster, Robert Englund always played very unique characters in movies, and he always brought his A game. But this is definitely one of my favorite roles of his. Is the Mangler.
Zombie strippers. You forgot about that one.
When he directed,
good one too.
what was it?
That was a joke, Thomas. Actually, I've never even seen it, so I can't even say.
Love me some Jenna Jameson.
And he directed 976 Evil.
And Killer Pad as well.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
He was sorry. You know what the movie I should mention that had Robert Englund in it? He was really good. Leslie Vernon. The Rising.
Behind the Mask.
Behind the Mask. Yeah. He was good in that one, playing like the Dr. Loomis type of character.
Yeah, the Donald Pleasance role. Yeah. He was great in that. But easily had to be my number 3, The Mangler.
Okay.
It looks like you're about to fall asleep.
Kenny's on to you, Thomas. Kenny's not fooled.
Maybe because I'm finally getting comfortable. I don't know.
Well, get uncomfortable then.
No, I like being comfortable, bitch.
You should lay back and pull the covers.
Uncomfortable.
Hey, Thomas, lay back, pull the covers over you, and have yourself some Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, and then you can show 1 and 2 under the cover.
I just fucking farted.
Oh, there it is.
You know what reference I was making there, don't you?
Oh, and
he knows exactly what you meant.
And also too, we're not people that we're also not people that
we're people.
No, we're also people that don't send video clips of our farts.
Oh, we're
okay. I don't know. Oh man.
Of that one.
Oh man.
Really, motherfucker?
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh. All right.
okay.
Woo.
Kenny.
All right, number 3.
Number 3.
Now 3.
Yep.
The Crow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's
another one. Like, I love that movie, but
yeah,
I don't see it as a horror movie. It's got.
Well,
it's kind of.
I'm doing what I can.
It's a great movie. Like, no, don't get me wrong. I love The Crow is a freaking great movie.
I think
I don't have a lot to choose from.
I think it's kind of mixed with. It's got like stylish, what they call like an artistic kind of movie, but with horror elements, kind of in a way.
I guess it's superhero. It's a comic movie, but I don't know if you call it a superhero movie. It's a comic adaptation. It's a comic book adaptation. It's a revenge film.
Yeah.
And
actually, the sequels are kind of horrific.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't have I'm doing what I can.
Oh,
that's fine. No, I'm not arguing that's not a good movie. It's a great freaking movie.
That's a good choice. Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the collector's? What kind of is that? The Dimension or wait? What is that?
Yeah, the kind of like that.
Halloween
H2O one.
Yeah, the collector's.
Right. Yes. Okay.
But this is the 2-disc.
Oh, you got the 2-disc one. Okay.
Right.
Dimension collector.
I don't think that one has a 2-disc.
No, it's only one.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, Michael Myers gets no respect.
Yeah,
it's what.
So again, Michael Myers gets no respect from Dimension.
Yeah, it's like.
Which, by the way,
mostly he does.
Yeah. Right. Brandon.
Right.
Rest in peace, Brandon.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there was this. I think his fiance who was going to marry him. She had a lot to do with getting this released. Eliza something.
Yeah, Eliza.
So that's what him
for Brandon and Eliza. Yeah, at the end.
That's why she is in it.
Yeah, because a lot of people wanted the movie to be scrapped completely.
Yeah,
it was like 95% done. That was the thing, like 95% done. Yeah.
You know what's weird about that?
I think it was. Wasn't he? accidentally shot. I think during those
Yep.
quick.
Those scenes
Video
where his
things.
character gets shot, he actually did get
Yeah.
shot.
You know what's weird about that is that his father happened the same way when he was filming Game of Death. Like he didn't get to finish it,
Right.
and so
He was
then
shot
Brandon
too.
didn't get, huh?
He was shot too.
No,
No,
he
no,
wasn't
no.
shot.
No, I meant what I'm
I
saying
gotta use
is
the bathroom. Be right there.
Okay.
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 Brandon Lee never got to, like, he didn't finish. It was like 95% done. The
Yeah.
Crow, but his dad was shooting Game of Death, and he didn't get to finish that.
Mm.
So it's so weird that father and son both were shooting movies, and they didn't get to complete them.
Yeah, and then the girl when she goes up to that room that he was in, and then it shows the silhouette. That's not Brandon. That's
Yeah.
why we never see his face.
Right.
There's
I
a
always
couple.
find it-
That
No,
was
no,
where
no, sorry, go
after
ahead.
he was
Go ahead, Rob.
killed.
I was saying like Game of Death 2, they always put Bruce Lee on there, but he's not even in it.
That's weird.
It's not even Bruce
Trying to
Lee.
sell it.
Yeah.
Trying to sell it. That's the thing.
Mm.
Well,
That's if they put Brendan Lee in the poster of The Crow 2 or something. Weird.
Yeah, they could
Well,
put him in the poster of anything that he was in, even after he's gone.
Which sequel was it that Edward Furlong played in?
It's like Wicked Prayer or something.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
think that also
Yeah,
had
it It wasn't
Tara
the
Reid.
second one. It was like the
It
third
was like
one.
third or fourth, yeah, whatever.
There's like City of Angels and
Yeah, that's the one. He was in 3 or 4. The third.
And
or
which
fourth.
one?
yeah.
And which one had Kirsten Dunst in it?
2 or
I
3.
think that was.
I can't even fucking remember those.
I didn't see any of the sequels.
Was Eddie Furlong's City of Angels?
No, his was Wicked
No,
Prayer.
It was
Yeah,
in the third or fourth.
He was
City of
Wicked-
Angels
was Wicked
was City
Prayer.
of Angels the sequel? Was that the second
Yes.
movie?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was the
remember.
one
Edward-
after this.
Edward Furlong was I think Edward Furlong was the third movie. I could be
Mm.
Yeah,
wrong.
but wasn't the second one? Who played the Crow in the second one? Was it?
I know who you mean. Yeah.
Vincent something, yeah.
He wasn't. I think I've seen it. He wasn't too bad, but
That
then
one
there
has
didn't need to be any after this.
that one
Yeah.
has Trini the Yellow Ranger.
Oh yeah, Chewie Tran.
Yep, she's in.
Yeah.
Trini. She
Right.
plays the witch character. I think.
Yes, that's right.
That was the last she would ever do.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
crush on her.
Mhm.
Really,
Back in,
That's the way.
I hardly ever hear anyone have a crush on her.
I did.
Yeah, people always say Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah,
I had her a crush on her too, but I had a crush on Trini.
I think I like Chewie a bit more. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was she was a smart one. Same with as Billy.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. All right,
Kimberly was the bubblehead.
Yeah.
Oh boy, right? Yeah.
Well, it's
All
funny
right.
because I won't get into Power Rangers anymore.
Okay, guys, go
Power
on.
Ranger stream coming soon. Anyway.
Yeah.
No. That
Uh,
would take way too long.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
we gotta do
right,
this.
Alex, you're number 3.
Yeah, I gotta do this because this is a box set. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
So
Well, not the
Here we
box.
go.
kind of like a box set, but this is okay.
Paranormal
Rob was
Activity 4.
Rob was waiting for me to mention one of these movies, and that is
Scream.
Scream 2.
Oh, Scream 2.
Scream
is
2.
my number 3.
Covering it because it
Would
must
you
have
say-
Scream 3.
Would you say that's your favorite of the sequels, Alex?
Yes, it is. So answering
Well, you
Angelo's,
don't like 3.
and I like 3. Oh, so Scream 3. No, sorry, Scream stream coming soon. I'll explain my thoughts on Scream 3
Oh
on
god.
another time. But to
I love
answer Angelo's question from an hour ago, the first question: favorite horror movie sequel? That Scream 2 is that horror sequel for me. My favorite horror sequel.
Okay, yeah.
That's a sequel.
I
I don't want to get too much into it because when we finally get to the Scream stream. Try to say that 5 times. I'll get more into depth about Scream 2, but even though it's got its flaws, I admit it. I still fucking love it so much, man. And it does what a sequel's supposed to do. It's up the ante. It progresses the characters and the story, and that's all I say. And the killer twist was one of the killer twists was generally shocking. So
two killers in that as well, right? Or was it one?
yes.
I
there was
guess
No,
two
there was
killers,
two.
but-
I guessed one of the killers early on.
One was kind of predictable. The other one was shocking. So,
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah, I didn't
And
see that coming. There completely
Also,
didn't think of.
I mean, I give props to Wes Craven because this movie came out literally a year after the first one, and they had to rush it. And not only that, the script got leaked, so they had to do a ton of fucking rewrites in a short amount of time. And it's a freaking miracle they came out as good as it did.
Yeah, and it was
Especially who was running that studio at the time, Weinstein's. You know.
the Weinstein.
Yes,
Yeah,
the Weinstein's. Yeah.
and
So
then
my number 3, Scream 2.
Okay.
and I was thinking the
And Randy is wrong about the sequels.
What Kenny?
one of the killers you wouldn't I didn't expect to
Yes,
be
yes.
one of them, and it
Yeah, the
was a
shocking
main
one.
one really.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the actual surprise. Yeah.
Okay.
Because some probably haven't seen Scream 2, so I don't want to say that.
Yeah. No, we'll get into spoilers when we get to the Scream stream.
All
It's hard to say that. I gotta say like Scream
Scream,
stream.
scream. You gotta stop and
Scream,
really
scream.
scream. So I feel stupid. Okay.
Are you dumb or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead, Rob. You're number 3.
All right. My number 3, following up with Alex.
Already been mentioned.
Boom.
Scream 1.
Okay, right.
The original.
There we go.
I got this VHS, and get this, I got the Sidney Prescott VHS cover, which is actually hard to get.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
yeah.
see that's the NC-17 unrated version.
Mm-hmm. There's a Courtney Cox one, which I don't have. But
It's hard to find the unrated version though.
yeah, but I'm not going to go in depth about this. But I'll just say, when I first saw this movie, I was speechless about the guy on the telephone, playing games, and then all of a sudden, I think the scariest part of this movie is when Drew Barrymore she's all hurt and she's trying to get her parents' attention, and she's yelling "Mom," but she can't, and the killer's just sitting there gutting her while the parents are there. And it's like one of those moments where you're just like, if only she would have ran faster, if only she would have done this or this. It's like, oh God, it just grabs you, and I don't know, that scene just really is effective. And
Yes, to this
so
day.
this movie really kind of changed my life as far as horror goes, because it really modernized. Like, everything before this was great, but this movie really it made me more involved into horror at this time. Like, I was just, oh man, I just want to see slashers. I want to see
I was
slashers.
15. I started high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started making videos. The very first, I made a whole movie after seeing this movie, and I started parodying, making some parodies, stuff like that. I don't have those anymore.
You did it before the scary movie did.
You will never see them because they are terrible, and I will go to my grave with that. So yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you did have him, I'm curious to see him though.
I'll give you a hint. Okay, one of the videos I had this huge Dr. Seuss top hat. That I didn't have the mask, so I had this top hat, and that was
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you'll never see that. All right,
It's gone. It's lost.
yeah, it's burned. It's
You
gone.
burned it to the ground. You excellent.
I was doing my best with choosing The Crow, but I guess it's not horror.
Well,
It's got horror elements. In
I don't
it.
have
Like,
a lot
if
from
it's
that
got-
decade.
Kenny, if it's got horror elements or if it's anything, it's fine. It's fine.
it's not like you pick Superman or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like a big
Or it's
grumpy
not even 70s. Oh, no, it's like you picked. I don't know, like Batman Forever.
Thomas.
I don't fucking know.
Yep.
Oh, he got you red-handed, boy.
All right, we are on top 2 now.
Two,
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy
Number
shit,
two.
we're on top 2.
Yeah, number 2.
He probably didn't hear anything you were
Wake
saying.
up!
Now, my number. Rob, what did you say your 3 was? Scream?
Scream
Yeah.
1.
Scream, yeah.
Yes,
What I thought.
Oops, hold on.
I think with my 2. Oh yeah, now
Yeah,
my
let's-
top 2. they're both pretty self-explanatory. I'll just say one was already mentioned already, but this one has not yet been mentioned.
Okay.
Okay.
My number two,
Judgment Night.
No, no,
good one, good one. But
he did show that.
number one has been mentioned already, but number
Okay.
two, no one has mentioned number two yet. And when it comes to '90s horror films, you guys know me, and you
I
fans of this
have a
film.
guess.
I could not leave this off my list when it came to top 10 horror.
I have a guess.
My number two is the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, see, that was not,
Yes.
okay. That was not my guess, but that's also my number two.
Really?
Yes, Blair Witch Project.
I don't
What?
know you're dead.
What?
You know what?
Don't
You know what?
show it
You know
yet.
what I was gonna guess?
What are
Wow.
you gonna guess?
John Carpenter's Vampires.
That would have been a good
And I
guess.
don't
Yeah.
show
Wait.
yours yet, Alex.
Wait. Let me say this. I knew Alex was probably going to have it on his list because I know he's a fan. But Thomas, dude, you totally like, I didn't even realize that.
See, I
Wow.
didn't think it was gonna be that
I
high.
just-
I know that's one of your favorites, Rob.
No, like, see, Kenny. Every time somebody has
Yeah.
the exact same ranking, we just kind of like.
No, I know, but
Victoria.
don't. I was like, don't show yours yet until it's your time.
No, we do. It's second.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
It's
I was like,
okay.
don't show it yet.
But the Blair Witch Project, I actually rewatched this again recently for Halloween season, and holy shit, this thing really hold up very well.
That's-
Basically, for people out there who hate this film or don't want to see this, here's what you do:
That's just the movie that gets hate. So,
try not to read anything that like came out after the movie, like the stuff. Here's the thing: go into it with an open mind, turn out your lights, make sure everything's off around you, and then the only thing you have lit in front of you is the TV, and then go on a journey with these three people in the woods. I think you'll have a very good scare time. And what's really what makes this film, very, effective is you don't see a witch, which I think would have been a silly idea in the first place.
Blair Witch 2016.
especially how low budget it was. It's like, how could that turn out good to show the witch?
Apparently now, and it's also
Yeah, Blair Witch
creepy.
3. He mentioned that.
It's also creepy, like with sort of
The movie's all about mood and setting.
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
And it's not loud and it's not obnoxious like Blair Witch 2016 was.
Yeah.
This is like all natural raw acting.
That movie kissed my ass. I hate that movie.
And
Sorry, I'm sorry.
so basically, like
Cool.
the directors, themselves shaking the tent. You hear the little kids crying and laughing, and
My sister
Daniel
Heather-
Daniel
Sister
Myrick
Heather.
and Eduardo Sanchez, the directors.
My sister
yeah,
Heather's been out in the woods for 15 years. I wonder if that's her.
The lady from that,
Heather.
lady in that, she changed her name to something else.
yeah. I
It was
don't
Heather
remember.
Donahue when
yeah,
it came out.
she
I
changed
forget
her
what she changed it to now, but all I know is that these days, she grows medical marijuana.
Well,
Mhm.
I've seen the three of them. The three of them actually go to cons and stuff.
They
Yeah.
do.
And
Mm.
I would love to meet him. Like Joshua Leonard, I think is the only one who is continuing his film career because he's been
Yeah.
in a lot of low budget movies.
Mm.
Man, I think the last time these guys made an appearance at Monster Mania was, maybe 2012.
Yeah,
Like, it's been a very long time since they were out on the East Coast doing a signing, but that was before I was really a convention goer, and I did not get to meet the Blair Witch people. I would love to one day because I'm a big fan.
Of course, you didn't meet them. They're still lost in the woods.
it
It was real. It was real. That's another thing. People.
If I met Heather Donahue, you know what I'd say to her? I'd say, "I see a
you had
dirty
a crush
behind."
on him.
No, what would you say to her? I didn't hear that.
I'd say, "I see a dirty behind." Remember
I
what-
see a
remember-
dirty behind.
I would tell her I would not kick the map in the creek. Okay.
Is that the witch?
Oh.
No, it's Heather taking a piss.
Yeah.
So I was thinking Rob would say, I had a crush on you.
Oh,
Not really.
Not great.
Not really, he says.
he likes women with snot on their nose.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
But
Yeah.
what more can I say? I mean,
it's a-
I kind of talk more about this with
Iconic scene.
when we did the top 5 horror films from like back in 2019.
Mhm.
I actually had this on my list.
I did too.
It was actually number 3. I think all of us had it at number 3.
It was my number 5. I remember.
Oh, okay. But what?
So think about this.
I
It's
can't say much more about
Blair
it.
Witch. The Blair Witch
Okay.
Project was my number 5 top 5 of horror films of all time. And it's number 2 in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, so saying
Okay.
number 1.
All right.
But I agree with everything Thomas said. I agree that
Okay.
it holds up. Amazing.
It's still, in my opinion, the best found footage horror film out there.
Yes,
I agree with that. Yes.
But that is
All
my
right.
number 2.
All right,
Is
Kenny,
that-
remember.
That was the start of that whole found footage thing.
Well,
near the beginning of it.
it's not- I
technically,
would say-
Cannibal Holocaust was the first, right?
Well, okay, you got to say it like this. It was the first movie to have the whole movie be found footage. It was the
Okay.
whole.
Yeah, right.
Cannibal Holocaust was half budget,
Right.
half like theatrical cuts or whatever. So
Mhm.
okay, number 2,
Kenny.
Kenny.
2, Lawnmower
The
Man.
Lawnmower
Oh,
Man.
Nice.
man.
Oh wow. Okay.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kenny's coming out with the surprises tonight.
That's one that I totally forgot. Like, yes, the Lawnmower Man. Okay.
This is one I've always enjoyed. Because I recently got it. What are you doing? But I remember seeing it when back in the 90s.
Kenny, I'm sorry, Kenny. You should have like a taser or a whip to like smack Thomas every time he does something weird. Like, stop it!
Okay.
What are you doing? It's like
Hey there,
you're
Rob.
making sure. Yeah, Kenny's like,
But-
Thomas, watch your back against Kenny, man. Dude, he's on to you. You won't fool
But,
him. Man. He can see right through you.
I've seen Lawnmower Man 2, Job's War, actually. I remember that, and I didn't think it was too bad, but a lot of people hate that sequel.
Hmm.
But this has a really young Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah. Extremely young.
Yeah.
So this is even before.
Uh,
Starfire.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
3 years before GoldenEye.
Okay, so
And then he was in the show at Remington Steele.
Mm-hmm. That's like
And-
his first big break.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
And I think he was still doing that up to when the Lawnmower Man was really either in production or released,
Mhm.
because it went on for a while.
Mhm.
I like and then it's pretty famous that this is from a Stephen King story, but he did not like what they were doing with it, so I think he had a lawsuit. So he,
Oh, Stephen
Like,
King
what is-
complaining. Sorry. Stephen King complaining about one of his adaptations. It must be good then.
well, because his name isn't
Yeah.
name isn't anywhere in this.
Oh, is that why he got mad?
Do what?
Is that why he got mad because his name wasn't on it?
No, he wanted his name off of it because something.
Oh, I'm guessing they changed a lot then.
Yeah, I think it was they changed a lot. And
Maybe they made
so
it better.
I know there was a lawsuit, so
Yeah.
to have his name removed anywhere from it because his name also
Oh,
is
Stephen King, get over it.
his name isn't in the back credits either. His
You
name
weirdo.
isn't in the back credits either.
Yeah.
Nowhere, and also even in the description. But it is from a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
because
That's a good one. Yeah, Lawnmower Man. Heck yeah.
Mhm.
that's a one that a lot of people probably wouldn't really think to have in this. But I've always
Oh yeah, you're right.
I've
Yeah.
always enjoyed that one.
When it comes to Stephen King adaptations, though, no one really mentions that one.
Even though
Alex, do you have anything to say about yours, or are you just moving on?
Yeah, because it's Blair Witch Project. I pretty much. I mean, I agree with everything Thomas said about the movie.
Wow, we have our first matchup.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah.
at
right.
the same time.
All right. My number 2 has already been mentioned and is Tremors.
Yay.
And
the same cover.
yeah, it's an Arrow video release. But yeah, this
No,
is,
What
We've
Thomas?
The one that Thomas had, yeah.
Yeah, he has a slipcover. Mine didn't come with one, but that's all right.
If you look for it from like, if you look at it from far away, it makes it look like a Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
it
Think
does.
about it, the silhouette, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That's
Yeah.
Ghidorah.
we've
Ghidorah's
already
Godzilla.
We've already talked about this movie. I don't need to say.
Kevin Bacon's the man.
Yeah. All right. So here we go.
Number one.
Number uno.
Uno.
Numero uno.
Numero uno.
Thomas loves saying numero uno.
Uno.
Yeah.
Because he loves Uno, the game Uno.
My number
love
one has
Uno.
already been mentioned, but I could not get it out of the movie
Okay,
shelf.
it hasn't been mentioned. So hold on, it hasn't been mentioned at all.
No,
Okay.
I said that for the Blair Witch Project.
Okay.
Well, up until when you had it as your number 2 as
Yeah.
well. But
Copycat.
Really, motherfucker?
See, hold on, like, see, I'm just saying, if Blair Witch 2 came out in 1999 as well, and that would have been my number one. Just kidding.
Shadows Blair Witch 2.
Yeah.
She's the witch, man.
It's a guilty pleasure. Leave me alone.
So my number
Look
one,
at Rob.
my number one, I believe was one that was brought up by Alex at number 8, I think it was. But my
You said
number
it wasn't.
my number one is Candyman.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Of
it
course.
was one. It was like 10 or 9.
That wasn't your top 5 of horror.
Well, we'll do a recap at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my number one favorite horror film from the 90s is Candyman. When it comes to like 90s horror masterpieces, Candyman is just like one of the true all-time classics, and it's like in still to this day it holds up extremely well. The cast does a great job. Tony Todd, Virginia Madsen, Rusty Schwimmer. You have also Xander Berkeley. Great cast of characters. Very well directed as well by Bernard Rose, based on the Clive Barker story. And like what Alex was saying about it earlier, like just the fact real bees and and like it's pretty amazing to me. Like
filming the projects.
And I remember like reading some like behind the scenes stories about like how one of their vans got shot at.
Yeah.
And there was like a few bullet holes, and they had to drive their way and hightail it out of there, just of how dangerous the projects are.
And then I think Tony had to have something specially done with his mouth or tongue, so
for like protection, so the bees won't go down his throat. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But he still gets stung a lot.
And apparently they paid him a little money for each sting. So.
1,000 every sting. And he got stung. And he got stung like 40 times. So he got stung like around 40 times, so he got $40,000 extra.
Yeah.
It's an easy $40,000 in your bank account.
I would have asked for more every sting.
Well, at that time, that was still good.
1 million every sting, okay?
1 million. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
So that way, if you get stung 40 times, you make a cool $40 million.
Yeah.
Candyman, easily my number one favorite horror film from the 90s. I mean, I could not have thought of a better 90s horror film than Candyman. I mean, even though there are some great ones, like some of the ones that I had to leave off my list that I just could not just put on there were like Maniac Cop 2 and 3 and things of that nature. But when it comes to like the most perfect 90s horror film, Candyman always made the number one. I mean, when I was doing my list, like that was the first one that popped in my head at being number one. That's how influential.
I think all our number ones was like, yes, of course,
But Candyman, that is my number one.
One thing I forgot to mention about Candyman was that people don't realize this, that Clive Barker, who did Hellraiser, he did the short story of the original.
Yeah,
Candyman, so.
And I think Hellraiser was the only film that he got to direct, other than like Nightbreed.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so
a great
supernatural.
Right.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, but number one is Candyman.
All right, Kenny, let's see your
number one. Number uno.
Okay, this one might not be expected, but 8mm.
Oh,
yeah, it's got horror elements.
I don't know if this wouldn't necessarily be horror, but it has.
I mean, it does deal with the snuff film, though.
There's a lot of horror. There's definitely a lot of horror elements. It's. I saw that in the theater.
I didn't see it at the theater. I didn't see it until later, but this was the late Joel Schumacher also.
Yes.
Because Thomas mentioned Falling Down in our thrillers last time.
Yep.
and this is I like the music in it was great too. Michael Donna Don. I'm not sure how to say his name.
Michael Donovan.
No, Donna. No.
Just Donna.
Oh, okay.
Danna. And it is
Oh,
Michael My.
Yeah, Michael Dunn.
Yeah. So yeah, this is one of maybe probably not the earliest, but one of the an early one for Joaquin Phoenix, because I know he was in To Die
I'm
For-
sorry. I just saw. Sorry, I just saw Rob's reply when I messaged him like, what happened to him when he got kicked off of StreamYard. He's do you want to say Rob? You say what your response was to my question.
Thanos snapped me.
Yes, what happened?
uh,
I'm sorry, you blipped.
Joaquin Phoenix was in To Die For, the Nicole Kidman one. I think 4 years before this. That was I think in
Yes,
1990.
Joaquin Phoenix. I didn't know he was in that movie because like
Yeah,
my-
he was one of
first
the.
time I ever saw Joaquin Phoenix in anything was Gladiator.
For me, it was Space Camp.
Yeah,
For me, it was Space Camp as
yeah,
well.
he
with
was in Bill Bull.
Was he in that movie? I didn't know.
Yeah.
His
No.
name, he went by Leaf Phoenix.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Okay.
I guess he got time to leave for some reason.
You got a very young Kelly Preston in there, and then
Your crush.
Yes.
yeah, Leia Thompson was mine.
You said Kelly Preston at one point.
No. Like
He is
Kenny,
yeah, but-
Kenny. You have to understand. Rob has like over 100 crushes throughout.
I got okay.
Well, why would I just have one crush?
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
Yeah, like Elizabeth Shue.
Hell yeah,
That's another one. Yes.
yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, this is one. I think one of his Nicolas Cage's best, because this was shortly after leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That one that you're holding up is no one talks about it. Like
They
no
don't.
one does really.
Yeah, like I hold my two in thrillers I was talking about Firewall with Harrison Ford. Now
Yeah.
this one hardly ever talks about.
Right.
Nicolas
And
Cage.
that's good because now you're making light of it.
Yeah.
So
And I reviewed it. I also showed this in my channel intro.
oh, that's
Yeah.
right, you do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Nice.
But,
Okay. Yeah.
This
Well,
is one of the last where you see them actually show film strips.
And this movie came out. This is Schumacher's movie right after Batman and Robin, right?
Yes, 2
Okay.
years after. Yeah.
And he bounced back. So fuck you, haters.
Right. And then
Sorry. Yes, Batman and Robin is a bad movie, but I never understood the discussion, the argument of like he's a bad director. Why over one movie? That's
no,
dumb.
he's never.
He's never been a bad
Then,
director.
4
He's
years.
got way more good movies than bad. I'm just saying.
4
Yeah.
years
Oh,
after
that's
this,
funny.
there was Phone Booth,
He bounced
Yes,
back.
Phone Booth. Yeah, Phone Booth was a great movie too.
and then that has Kiefer Sutherland, but you don't realize
As the bad guy. Yes, but his voice, if you recognize his voice.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my one. I've always enjoyed
8
this.
millimeter. Yeah.
All right. So, all right. That's awesome. We have Thomas. Your number
Candyman.
one was
Candyman.
Man.
Candyman.
We have Kenny, who's 8 millimeter. All right. So,
Mhm.
Alex.
I mean, and you can probably already guess.
I already knew.
Scream 1.
Or the first Scream. Oh, okay.
I mean, come on, man.
Hey, what can you say?
I
The
mean,
guy who dresses up as Ghostface for Halloween. You don't.
yeah. What's my favorite '90s horror movie?
Oh,
This is
hell
so strange.
no.
This is so strange.
It's Village of the Damned, right?
Yes.
This
Why
is
did
so
you say-
strange because in thrillers, none of mine were chosen, and now in this, none of mine were chosen either.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Happened
hey,
again.
but
Oh, wow.
that just makes your list unique, and that's why
Yeah.
everyone's list is unique.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob. Okay, I'm not gonna go that much in detail again because planning on a Scream stream. But Rob mentioned about yeah, I know, right? Rob mentioned about how this movie changed a lot for
Yeah.
horror, and that's true.
Mm.
I mean, even for me, because like I hadn't seen that many horror movies before I saw this movie, and this movie is the reason why I'm here, guys.
You don't need
Doing
to keep
streams.
on the rest of them. We know you're talking about the first one.
No. You can't. I don't want to get. I don't want to distract anybody. Like, hey, why is
It's a double pack or a triple pack.
it's a triple pack.
The triple pack, yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, this movie's the reason why I'm a fan of horror movies. The genre
Yeah.
is the reason I do streams. It's the reason I just love slasher films.
Mm.
This movie, yeah, it changed my perspective on the genre even more than I mean, I already was interested in horror movies, but this one opened like my love for them.
Mm.
I'll say that,
Yeah.
and of course
So
the
you
movie
were
itself.
how old?
Hmm?
You were how old when that was released?
Oh, I was 6 when this was released, but I didn't see it till when I was like 9.
Oh, so you were born in 1990.
Yeah.
89 or 90.
Yeah, I saw this around the time like a couple of months before the third one came out. Actually, I saw this.
And
on
then the
VHS.
next year, another sort of franchise started. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, 97. Yeah, also written by Kevin Williamson. They're both written by Kevin Williamson.
My favorite of those is the first, obviously.
But yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Do what?
You're the first. I Know What You Did Last Summer is your favorite. Of that
That's my
franchise?
favorite of those. Yeah.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah, easily.
Mm.
Nobody likes the Jack Black character. Anyway.
No. Hey.
But I was gonna say one last thing before I'm done talking about this for now. This is the second iconic horror killer that Wes Craven brought to life. He didn't write the movie, but he's the director, so a lot of what you see in the final film came from him. And just like what he did with Freddy Krueger in the original Elm Street movie, he created Freddy Krueger and he brought Ghostface to life in cinema. So that's two iconic horror killers. I can't think of any other director who's had two iconic horror killers in his resume.
Except
a lot of them have at least one, but two iconic. I'm talking like iconic.
This isn't bored, but like Richard Donner he directed The Omen, and then in the 80s there was Superman. No, not.
No, they're both in the 70s.
No, it was Superman that was 70s. But
yeah,
no,
that was The Omen and then Superman, like back to back.
I'm sorry.
He
created a few different things.
No, I mean
that was.
No, I mean horror. I'm talking about just horror icon, horror.
I got you. I know, but I was like, that's a different genre.
I know, because iconic, just like characters. Yeah, that's different discussion.
I'd say the other one would be James Wan, but not iconic.
I was thinking, when I was thinking about this, that I was thinking like James Wan is pretty close. Like,
yeah,
like current.
You okay there,
Thomas? He's literally missed all our Scream discussions.
Thomas, the Blair Witch.
Witch, man. I had a long day.
Thomas, tell us
all right.
where
We're
you are.
almost done here.
Tell us where you are, Thomas.
Right, long day.
I'm gonna end it at 3. So.
Okay, that was my number one, Scream.
All right. My number 1 has already been mentioned, and I'm sorry. It is in my opinion, it's the best horror movie of the 90s, Blair Witch.
Blair Witch Project. That's the third time it's been mentioned. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me just say this really quick. When I saw this movie in the theater with Dan, we rode the whole drive home. We were like this. We didn't know what to say.
Believe it.
I didn't know what to say. We kept reading articles about how it was real and about how like, oh my God, can you believe this happened and all that? Then when it came out that it wasn't real, it didn't change my mind on how creepy this movie was. I was kind of like, well, okay, that kind of sucks. It's not real, but it had me fooled. If it had me fooled and had everyone fooled, it did its job. Honestly, I really cannot see how they could do better or even attempt to do a sequel to this that actually would work, because this is just one of a kind. There's no way. There's so many spoofs of this movie. So many people spoofed it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And-
like the Bogus Witch Project.
Scary
talking about
movie.
when we were talking about Scream making kind of like a difference in horror and like changing things, I feel like this movie changed the found footage era. Like, I think this really pushed it forward to where I think people kind of got sick of it, but it did change it. Like, I feel like found footage has its own style in horror, and you know, like maybe like demon possession, that kind of thing is popular still. But I don't know, man. I agree. This is the best found footage. I don't think they could have done any better. This is so good.
When I mentioned broken, the style of that it almost looks found footage also. So that
it is low budget.
It makes me think of this too.
Yeah. Another one that's kind of good, like found footage, is like Cloverfield. I think Cloverfield's pretty good.
Yeah, Cloverfield.
But
big budget
anyway.
Found footage.
It's like if somebody recorded a monster attack with their camera, that's kind of like the thing.
There is some good special features for the Blair Witch if you have the DVD or Blu-ray. There's like the Curse of the Blair Witch and like the Legacy, and like there's this really cool backstory. Everyone's actors. I mean, it's all fake. I'm saying, but I've seen they did such a good job.
The townspeople
explaining the mythology of Ellie Kedward, the Blair Witch herself, and like the story of her, and that whole thing is great. If you guys like, honestly, if you have never seen that, check it out. It is awesome.
Also, the other thing about the guy who killed the children, he said he was the Blair Witch told him to.
Rustin Parr, yes,
Rustin Parr.
Yeah. He was hearing voices. They even have footage of this guy.
That's where you get the whole kids in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rustin Parr, they had footage of like this Rustin Parr guy like making confessions in jail. It looks so real. I'm like, man, the production of that, it's just amazing. This is my VHS tape that I've had since I first bought, you know.
Yeah, and you've had that in those.
I first saw it on VHS. I was creeped out. I was like, whoa.
That's why buying on Blu-ray is fine, but you really don't get the quality difference even if you were just watching it here. I think it makes sense watching it like this.
Well, it's a found footage movie.
It's the found footage. Yeah.
You could even say the same with The Ring. Seeing it on VHS, it's a big difference.
Well, the ring has production value. It's not like found footage.
That was still released during the VHS.
Yeah, Samara she couldn't transfer the video to DVD or Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I won't go on it. We've already talked about the Blair Witch. Awesome. I love it. It's my favorite. So, all right.
I think the Blair Witch got Thomas.
That's our top.
Yeah.
Right?
That's our top 10. You guys want to do a quick recap, like real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Thomas, we'll just start with you.
Because I went first with this one.
Right.
So, 10 is Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. 9 is Stir of Echoes. 8 is The First Power. 7, Arachnophobia. 6, Scream. 5, Bats. 4 is Tremors. 3, The Mangler. 2, Blair Witch Project, and number 1 is Candyman.
Okay, all right. Kenny, you want to do a recap?
Right. Like Placid, Deep Blue Sea.
Nice.
Dark Angel, I Come in Peace, as well, and the Sixth Sense, which I was really shocked none of you had this. I know when Thomas had Stir of Echo.
Because we all hate M. Night Shyamalan. That's the thing. Just kidding, just kidding.
No, it would have made maybe my top 20.
End of Days, Sleepy Hollow. And it's funny, after that is when it stopped really being horror, like Seven.
So you could still say that's horror in a way.
Yeah.
And then when I kept being argued with, The Crow.
Yeah.
It's got horror. It's
We
got
can
horror.
argue like the quality of the movie.
You
We
just
all
call
agree.
it stylized style.
It's got
style.
horror elements in it.
But it's the
That
closest.
crow is scary though. That actual crow is
Yeah.
murder scary.
It's the closest I could find. The Lawnmower Man. Really like that cover of it too. 8mm.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Very nice. Those are very unique lists.
Yeah.
Alex, recap.
Yeah. My number 10 was Child's Play 2. Number 9 was Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Number 8 was Candyman. 7, Halloween H2O. 6, Tremors. 5, The Faculty. 4, Signs of the Lambs. 3 was Scream 2. 2 was The Blair Witch Project. And number 1 was Scream.
It's funny how we all had Blair Witch Project up there pretty high.
Yeah.
Right.
2
of them two had it at 2.
Number 2, yeah.
Right. All right. My number 10 was Predator 2. 9, The Dentist.
Oh.
8, Misery, Cock-a-Doodle. 7, Return of the Living Dead 3.
Brains.
6, Jason Goes to Heal.
Heel.
Heal.
HE double hockey sticks.
It, shit.
Shit.
It.
4,
IT.
H2O, Water.
Water.
Number 3, Scream Your Head Off. Number 2, Tremors in Your Asshole. And
Oh, what you said? Ice cream.
number 1, Blair Witch Project.
All right.
All right.
Project.
That was so strange.
Blair Witch projection.
I'm sorry to be no, Okay.
It's just no. I mean, it's the
Only
second.
Dr. Strange.
No, yo, you just Mr. Strange. Yeah, doctor. You just Mr.
I was
Strange.
just saying it was so strange because this is the second one that mine were
Strange.
picked. I was sure I thought one of these would be here, at least one of them.
One
Right.
movie that almost made my top 10. Almost. You guys haven't even mentioned yet is The Witches.
Yes,
That was very close. I was considering
The
it, but
Witches?
yes, The Witches.
The
Yeah,
Witch is
that-
actually a family film.
But dude,
That
that
80
there's a lot of.
Okay, no, that's
I
not-
know that.
That's why I
yeah.
can know. That's why I said I considered it, but I decided not to. I was like, okay, well, no.
I'm about to say these were some that did not. Quite
Some of the stuff that some of the ones you guys
So we're
mentioned.
doing honorable mentions.
I'm about to say these-
some of the ones you guys meant were on your list were some of my honorable mentions actually, like Misery.
like some of the ones that didn't make my list, but because they kill me not to include them. But
Arachnophobia as well.
some that did make the list
I'm on the
are
list for that.
Maniac Cop 2, The People Under the Stairs,
Oh yes, I was going to include that.
Ticks, In the Mouth of Madness, Demon Knight, The Craft, The Frighteners, From Dusk Till Dawn,
Dead Alive is another one.
Dead Alive.
Night of the Living Dead
yeah.
remake.
You know what?
Yes,
really,
yes.
You know what really killed me to not have on my list?
There's so many good ones.
Event
Man.
Horizon.
Yes, that's yes.
You know what?
didn't even think
You know
of-
what did make my list, but it killed me because I think it's a fun one. Urban Legend.
Yes,
That one's
first-
okay.
I was going to put Pet Cemetery 2 because I think that's underrated.
Yeah,
Halloween
I
Halloween H2O didn't quite.
You like
make
that
it.
one, Kenny?
That's right there too.
What were you saying, Thomas? There.
You said Halloween H2O was honorable mention.
Halloween H2O didn't quite make it. The Relic almost made it.
I saw that recently.
Yeah, the Relic's good.
Another one for me that almost made it, but I went to put Child's Play 2 there instead. Bride of Chucky. Go watch our Chucky stream.
Oh, I didn't get to say I saw Down and the lift.
Kenny, one of the few female actresses that Rob does not have a crush on at all is Jennifer Tilly. He just can't hate. He hates her. I don't know why.
Well, I was trying to say for Thomas, I saw the lift and Down. Those two films, one in 1983 and then the other.
Oh
two.
yeah.
I saw those recently.
I'm surprised you guys didn't have Exorcist 3 on your list.
Jennifer Tilly has a nice rack.
Oh, that is true.
Well, I don't think I've seen it. It might be sacrilege, but I don't think I've seen Exorcist 3.
No, but like I know Rob and Thomas, they're fans of that one.
I had it on my. Did you guys say Dusk Till Dawn?
No, I didn't.
No,
I like that movie, but
I like it a
From
lot.
Dusk
No,
Till
I
Dawn
mean-
almost made it for me.
The
Okay,
from Dusk to Dawn.
well,
From Dusk to
It
Dawn.
almost made it on my list.
for me, it would have been a lot of those you mentioned, but Carrie 2. I like the Rage Carrie 2, and then the ones that you mentioned, Night of the Living Dead remake. That would have.
Oh yeah, that almost made it for
One,
me.
two.
Rage Carrie 2 was in the 90s.
99.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was 99.
It seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
I know.
You think it's a
It is,
2000 movie?
There's so many. I can't.
I thought it was sometime in the 2000s.
No, it was right at the edge.
Right at the edge. The
Right
Edge
at
is
the
another one,
edge.
right? The Edge
Right
is
at
another one you consider, right?
What?
The Edge,
Oh,
with,
yeah,
the Edge
the
with Anthony
Edge.
Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins.
I mean, that's
yeah.
I mean, you're lost in the woods, and there's.
I think it's more of a
bears.
psychological. I think it's more of a thriller, adventure.
It's
I
been
don't know.
It's been so long since I've seen the
Oh,
movie. but I
speaking of thrillers, I almost was going to put this in my thrillers list.
What's it, Jagged Edge? Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I figured, this might be quite a few people know about
See,
this.
I was
so
like legit shocked that Thomas did not put John Carpenter's Vampires in there because
That almost.
that's your. That's
quite-
I know you remember saying. No, I remember you saying that that's your favorite Carpenter film.
Well, if we would have had
Oh,
maybe
Falling
20
Down.
episodes,
No, my favorite Carpenter film is The Fog.
Okay, I
Oh,
thought you said it was
Fog,
Vampire.
yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Because you love James Woods.
John Carpenter stream coming soon. Okay.
Oh boy.
James
Oh,
Woods.
great.
as well.
All right. I'm going to end the stream.
All right.
I want to.
What about the topic for next week?
Well,
Oh, you want to mention that, or you want to wait?
I don't know. I mean, no one's really come up with anything. I said I could probably just wait and.
Oh, it was my turn.
How about I got one top 10 movie buster streams?
There.
Just kidding.
Well, this is
That's too meta.
Well, Thrillers was the one I thought of. This is Thomas. I thought this should be Rob's return.
Yeah, Rob is gonna come.
Well,
up with an idea later.
I'll announce it during the middle of the week on my tab, on my or
Okay.
maybe I'll make a video.
Okay. Leave us
So-
all in suspense.
keep a
Yeah.
suspense
Keep
going.
us in.
But I want to thank
Suspense.
I want to thank Dale. We got Jason from Horrific Nightmares Jam. We got Amber, Physical Media Collector 87, Anthony, Angelo. I want to thank them for coming in.
Yeah,
And
that was-
also Jose Rigo Taco Nacho Quesadilla Montiel.
Well, that's the
That's
same. I
long.
think that's the same guy as Angelo.
Oh yeah, that is the same
Is
guy.
it?
Yeah, it's the same
Oh.
profile picture.
He just changed his name like midway to Chetty.
Honestly, that name was making me hungry. I'm
Angelo,
I'm
you should change it back
nachos.
to Jose Rico Taco Nacho
No,
Quesadilla.
no.
I need nachos now. Damn you!
I gotta go get
All
some tacos.
All right, guys. Yeah. So stay
This
tuned
went off.
for. Yeah, I know. Stay tuned for this coming Sunday again, 7 p.m. Central. We're gonna do another stream.
That's right.
And just want to thank
This
you
was
guys
a lot
again.
of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
It was cool doing this, not as the host for a
Yes.
change.
I know it's kind of weird, and I'm always waiting for Alex to make the decisions, but I have to make them on this
Yeah.
stream. So
See,
That's why you
I got
started
demoted.
doing that. That's
No.
why,
No, this is because this is Rob's channel, so his.
yeah, that was why you decided to do this. So,
well, I'm not trying to take any away from Movie Busters. I'm just trying to do my own thing
Rob
while
killed
we
Movie
can't-
Busters. Not just kidding.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my own thing while
Yeah.
we film Movie Busters back, and the next episode of Movie Busters will
whenever
be
the heck
2025.
that is.
It's up to
2025.
everyone- oh, it's up to everyone else.
That's what I mean.
Well, Dan, it's going to be hard to get Dan, but
We'll see.
is
Depends what
what
the
it
topic is, right?
Yeah, now it might be hard to get Alex too because of your nephew?
Well, not just that. Just like sometimes I'm just doing other stuff.
right,
Around the
he's busy. I mean,
Your
I'm
nephew?
Because Movie
That's why-
Busters was usually Sunday afternoon or noon. That's like
That's right,
works
yeah.
for me better. But
Mm.
I was actually.
I got a way to get Dan on. Let's do a topic called Rocky Sucks, and we'll
No.
have him come on. We'll have him come on and debate. We'll have him debate. Then he'll do it.
This is gonna be after Aquaman 2 comes out, so I want to, for Movie Busters next year, I want to do like the final of that current DCU, and I want to debate Dan about the Flash. I want to fucking fight him on it.
Oh
Let me-
yeah, I
let
saw
me-
that.
Alex, let me ask
Yeah.
you this before we end.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny and I were talking about this. Are you going to save this for Movie Busters, or can I do it on my channel at the end of the year? We want to do best movies of 2023 and worst movies of 2023.
Because I didn't see a lot this year.
Well, I was planning already to bring back Movie Busters for that if I'm not gonna do anything at the end.
Well,
of the
I didn't
year.
know because you didn't mention it. So.
I know I haven't mentioned it because I haven't mentioned anything about Movie Busters lately.
It's gonna be hard for me because I didn't see a lot this year.
Well, I didn't see. I've missed a lot too.
We usually do top 5. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I think top 5 is fine, but I want to know if you're planning on doing that because I won't do it then on my channel.
If I can get everybody on,
you won't get everybody. I doubt you get it.
But,
Hey, this would be funny. Try and get you.
Well, here's the thing though, because we've always done it in the Movie Busters.
Yeah.
I know.
Like the movies of the year and worst.
I know.
Of that. So we'll talk later about it. I guess.
Yeah,
This could be like the Creed universe. You're the Rocky universe, and I'm Creed universe. We could just do a spin.
Right.
Oh man, does that mean I get cancer then?
God damn. Damn.
You just said I am
Jake,
Rocky.
This got dark quick.
You need
Jesus.
Julie for
That doesn't
that.
even make sense. You're older than me.
No, I'm just.
I
saying
know.
this is-
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
My show's a spin-off, so I'm the
It
Creed.
is a
universe.
spin-off, but
No one likes me. I'm
I like
I'm
you.
I'm a spoiled.
You're a spoiled black kid.
Get, oh God.
Well,
All
I
right.
was thinking, to maybe just for Alex's, you can. She probably wouldn't show up, but you could have she who shall not be named.
No, that's not gonna happen in a million years,
Let's not
buddy.
go there. Let's
That's not gonna happen in a million years.
Let's
Yeah.
yeah.
She doesn't use social media.
Look, I'll just say this much. Since you brought him up earlier today, there's a better chance I can get fucking Rambo Rat for Life, Matt, on my show than her.
That would be fun, actually.
No, I don't.
That's what I mean. But that's what I mean. There's a better chance for him to be on my show than her.
I know.
Matt doesn't like me because of a feud
You don't like me either.
I
so
did.
You don't like him?
I stupidly started over a decade ago.
A joke?
That wouldn't work.
No, did you say a joke?
No, a feud.
Oh.
That was a YouTube feud, but that.
Well, I'm
wouldn't
sure
work.
he doesn't hold any grudges, right?
Not want to see me.
Let me just say this: you're a dick, okay, Rambo Raff. That's it.
Oh.
I don't care. He's a
Oh.
dick. He was a dick to me, and that's how it is. That's how it is.
No. I was just jokingly saying, like, Matt doesn't hold any grudges after 10 years.
Was that a
Does
fart?
it?
No, it wasn't a fart.
Okay. Okay.
I was coughing.
Kenny, I like your response. You're like, no.
That wasn't
No,
a
it
cough.
wasn't.
No.
I was coughing.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to end the stream. I want to thank everyone for coming on, and stay tuned for this coming Sunday.
Alrighty.
All right.
I farted. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.